And we're live, peoples, and more peoples.
That's a lot of peoples.
It is.
He's like really.
You see, I'm wearing my Darth Vader shirt.
Yeah.
With the dandruff.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, with my dandruff. Denise.
That's Darth dandruff.
Oh my God! You know, I always have these moments where I want to make parodies of songs.
Oh no.
So
they're really bad.
I know, but that's what makes them funny. So I just had one of Reba McEntire singing. Or is it Reba or Dolly Parton? Jolene.
That's Dolly
Okay.
Parton.
Yeah, one has boobs and one doesn't.
Yeah.
So, both probably a little arrogant. So I'm thinking Denise. It'd be Denise. Why do you try to fool us with your smarts? Denise.
Ooh, man. Good early for that.
That's what her husband said too.
Really.
You gotta love Denise. You know, and half the time when she's doing it to be funny. And it's the difference of her humor, our humor, and real humor. And
there's always that third part.
Yeah.
There's
always three parts to a story. My version, your version, and somewhere in between there's Denise's version. That was funny, Mike. You know? Hey, do you notice that my taser looks like my lightsaber?
Yeah. I had thought about that before, though.
So, look, I went and saw Star Wars. Mike went and saw Star Wars, and we want to critique it a little bit, but we're going to sound like a bunch of ace-holes. But we're Star Wars fans, so
huge
fanatic.
You know, the three of us can sit here, and the cool thing is, we're always going to have different takes on it. I'm going to see it one way. Mike's going to see it one way. The good thing is, Steph hasn't seen it, and she's still willing to listen to this because she gives another objective version because she hasn't seen it yet. So when she questions why something is, we're like, hey, there's not an answer for that. We don't know. R2-D2. I mean, the whole time I'm looking at my wife going, yeah, he's got the other part of the map. Way too predictable. Way too predictable.
As soon as they said they didn't have it, I went, oh, God. Of course he's got it.
Yeah, well, they screwed up and painted the image of he shut down when Luke vanished.
Yeah.
Okay, that means he's got the other half of the map, and when he decides to come back, he's going to have the map.
That and the whole, they've never charted that star system.
Right.
Come on.
But yet he ends up there.
So R2-D2 was in there. Was C-3PO?
Yeah. C-3PO had 4 scenes, maybe.
Yeah. He did his regular cameo stuff.
Maybe 45 seconds a scene. R2-D2 was visually R2-D2 was in it, moving and functioning one time as a flashback of like the Luke part.
Right.
But then the other 2 times that he's sitting there, he's just a trash can, just sitting there, right? Yeah. And then at the end, he comes back to life, and he has about 2 minutes of footage, right? Is that about right?
So then why did they have BB-8 in there?
He now takes. Oh, so I don't mean to interrupt.
No,
he takes over what R2-D2. Oh, yes,
he's he's the episode 4. Remember how R2-D2 was in episode 4, The New Hope, the first one. BB-RP-4 Wally. It's a freaking Wally.
I called him Zaylee because he reminded me of my granddaughter.
No, it's Wally. I mean, it's a hack. You can definitely tell where Disney took over. I mean, the cinematography. Thank you. God, it's going to be a bad week when Steph is correcting me.
As we said off air, because Steph hasn't seen the movie, and I said, Steph, do you remember Independence Day? She's like, yeah. I said, do you remember how awesome the fight scenes and how everything was in Independence Day? She's like, yeah. I said, that's what this was. This was an awesome movie. It just wasn't Star Wars.
The visual is amazing.
Technology, man.
Yeah, visual is amazing. Flying, all that other stuff. Absolutely amazing. I got to tell you, though, completely and utterly let down about the bad guy.
I kept having people talking, trying to ruin it for me. When my parents did Christmas the day before, and my daughter and my brother keep trying to just say bits and pieces, but didn't want to give me too much. And they kept talking about, wait till you see who the bad guy is. And I'm like, Like, we're talking 30, 45 minutes into the movie. I already know who the bad guy is.
It's that bad. Yeah. No, I
Wow.
agree.
Like, you didn't even make me have to figure it out.
Oh, by no means.
Maybe it's because it was
It
Does-
is.
Dead air.
maybe because it was designed for kids.
You think?
I don't know.
I know that I look when I was
Star Wars is, to me, Star Wars was never unbelievable for adults. Like, we knew
Right.
it was fiction, we know it's fantasy,
but
it still had realistic
could-
qualities.
and we love the fact that it was in the past.
Right. So now I'm curious, is because Disney took over, did they film it like a Pirates of the Caribbean where it's
Yes.
exaggerations of truth
Yes.
Yeah.
so that
I
it can't be possible?
Well, that and here again, when I saw Darth Vader the first time, when I was
The first time you
14
hear,
years old. Yeah, and I was like,
You
I
freaked
leaned back-
out.
Yeah, I leaned back in my seat, and I'm like, what is this,
this dude
And-
might as well have had a red nose and red hair like Bozo.
dude? Let me tell you,
Wow.
There was
something.
nothing intimidating about him.
If my old fat ass can beat up the bad guy in a movie, just
And I mean-
not
And
that
here's
bad.
another thing that questioned me. Chewbacca gets pissed and shoots the dude on the bridge.
Yeah.
Second shot, I'm yelling at the TV.
Yeah.
Second shot, shoot him again, shoot him again,
The-
shoot him again.
the injuries, and I bring this up all the time.
And then
the-
he keeps hitting his injury when he's
Yeah.
trying to fight. He's still human.
Yeah, the injuries don't match or they're not consistent throughout the movie because, like, a stormtrooper's got gear on and he gets hit and he goes flying 30 feet. But then
You notice
somebody-
that didn't used to happen.
Yeah, but somebody with nothing on gets hit and just kind of goes, oh.
Well, It-
So
the whole
Wow.
thing's a little, and I'm not trying to ruin it. I loved going to see it.
Oh,
It
it's
just
fun.
kind of sucked, man. I was really let down. I was really expecting a lot more. I mean, really expecting a lot more.
I heard people on the radio saying it was the best movie they'd ever seen. On the way there, I told my son, I said, look, I just doubt that, but I
It
know
is
it's
a
not-
good movie. It just wasn't Star
Yeah.
Wars.
Well, if they're saying that it was the best movie they've ever seen, they may not have seen
the other ones,
the other ones
or
and
understand the whole story.
yeah, like we have. I mean, to be
I'm
honest,
just scared that if this is the trend that we're going to, that the Star Wars is not going to be what it was.
Yeah, see, like I really didn't care for the Sith and the Attack of the Clones, but now where
The
you saw
comics.
no the
Oh.
act the movie,
Okay.
but then where you saw where Vader became Vader or where Anakin became Vader,
Mhm.
I liked that one because it told you or showed
Well,
you.
when they brought in
how.
Jar Jar Binks, who has
He's
nothing to do
stupid.
with the movie, has nothing to do with the storyline, they just brought Jar Jar Binks in as the comic relief.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why did we need a comic relief in Star Wars?
Mhm.
And then some of the little wisecrack jokes that they made, I'm kind of like, yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah,
Now I can relate to the one where everything's blowing up around you, and ba-ding, I heard that through my headphones.
yeah, me too.
I can relate to the whole everything around you's blowing up and it looks bleak, and then you got one actor look at the other actor and go, "What time is it?" Something stupid like that. Because I used to do that. A bomb would go off in Kabul or something like that, and everybody be freaking out. And I always felt like I was the guy that had to, break the tension with
Right.
something stupid like, "Oh, look, a butterfly," and they're like, "What the hell are you doing?" Or my favorite one, "Who's got the seeds? You got some seeds?" And it's like,
Oh,
shoot, it's like, what are y'all shooting at, a building? So,
The movie itself, because I got a listener saying some stuff. Remember that Anakin Skywalker was not menacing until he became Vader, which is
Mhm.
true.
But it showed.
I'm not knocking the movie. The movie was a great movie
right.
as a movie. I just kind of let
Well,
down
Okay. Anakin as a little boy.
on the Star Wars
Yeah.
kind of part of it.
Anakin was as a little boy. Okay. Then the second one, you could start to see his struggles.
Right.
Then the third one, which would actually the third episode there, he was wearing all black.
Mm-hmm.
Obi-Wan was wearing all white. It was the obvious struggle between good and evil.
Right.
But let me tell you something. Anakin was a mean son bitch in 3.
Yes,
you
he
think
was.
about it. He was a mean dude.
I'm just looking at some of the acting, like Harrison Ford. He just wasn't really. To me, he didn't seem like he was in it. I mean, like, hey, I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
Um,
It was a cameo,
I mean, in
extended cameo.
and then when suppose his son, or this or that, and all this stupid stuff, And then when the bad guy decides to, when they're having the fight over the laser, over the lightsaber, I'm sitting here thinking, can't this boy act any better than this? I mean, DJ Scotty could have probably pulled that role off.
There was some bad acting.
But I will tell you what's funny is I had to point out to my wife where Harrison Ford had a broke leg. Because you see him limping every time the cameras, and what you didn't realize in several scenes you could see it, but his right boot was bigger than the left one. It's because they had to make a leather boot go over the cast. So once I said it, she goes, "Well, that don't look like he's got a broke leg here." His boot. I said, "That's not him, honey. That's a double."
Yeah,
you're only going to catch it when you absolutely, have no choice but to catch it because they couldn't film but so much around it.
Yeah, he's an old man now. Shoot. And
I don't know, man. I hate to say it. It just, to me, as a movie, great. As Star Wars, it's
a friend of mine is listening right now, Dieter, and I
apologize for anybody getting pissed at us. It's just everybody has an opinion.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want her to get upset with me with what I'm about to say. All right, get this. Why can't the entire Star Wars episodes, the trilogy, the quadruple, why can't they find one woman that's got some freaking boobs? Seriously, if you think back all the way to
most fitness type people don't have huge jets.
Okay, well, let me tell you something. There was a rebellion dude that was my size, so everybody can just kiss my ass about that one. Okay, there was a big boy flying one of the X-wing fighters.
That was, sir, that was not an X-wing. That was a XX-wing.
XX, okay.
It was a 2X.
Excellent little X. It was a 3X.
It was a 2X.
All right. But here's the point is, why can't they think about the entire thing? Not one single solitary woman's got in. I got bigger boobs than every girl.
Yeah, but most fitness women you see don't have.
You can be fit and firm, and
most of those
have
are
a
fake
little
boobs,
boobage.
Dude. Not a lot of, because boobs are considered fat cells.
Well, here's the thing. Apparently, back in time, a galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago, a galaxy far, far away, there weren't any boobs.
Hey, considering the girl lived in the desert and was scrapping metal to get one ugly green muffin, she's lucky she had. She's lucky she had any body fat at all.
An ugly green muffin.
I mean, did you see how that muffin was made? I would look like a freaking Ethiopian.
My son looked at me and went, "What is that?" And I went, "Bread."
And where the hell's the water coming from?
How come nobody drinks anything? How come nobody goes poop?
Because
nobody
it's politically
pees.
correct now.
Nobody goes poop.
You notice in the bar scene this time there wasn't a lot of
hanky panky or nothing. Nobody was even smoking.
So
whatever.
There was they should have put in like another 45 minutes of film to fix.
Yeah.
And there were some scenes that some people have been saying that they saw as trailers that weren't in the movie.
Yeah, they do that.
So, I mean, I'm sure somewhere, somehow, there's going to be a director's cut somewhere.
Remember,
they're going to sell the hell out of those DVDs.
Remember the girls that were dancing around at Jabba's castle with the big, I don't know what they were, but the big things on their head or whatever, and splits back into two.
So we have one asshole, Philip Snow. Thanks for ruining the red. You should just tell us how to. If we started talking about it and you didn't want to hear it, you should have turned it off.
And let me tell you something, we haven't covered anything that hasn't already been covered, believe me.
But you're gonna love the movie. I mean, the movie as a whole is a good movie. Yeah. I know this is so double standard for us to say. It is a great film. It is a great movie. Mm-hmm. It just ain't Star Wars.
Because it doesn't have Vader.
No.
Or Yoda.
No, that's not what ruins the movie. It sucks. It sucks though that it does suck that there's not like even some video footage of Vader put in there like as a mentor.
Well, there is a little cameo.
Where?
Well, that's just his helmet.
It's just a helmet. Well, they gave that away on the trailer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was just saying.
No, that's
because he says, "Grandfather, help me."
Right.
And it's an all smushy, crazy helmet.
And that's when they're still wanting you to not know who the character is. Well, the second he says grandfather, you're like, girl, duh.
Well, not only that, but why the hell did he take his helmet off?
I don't get it.
That was
Vader went through what? How many movies before his head? His only came off because he was dying.
Yeah, he took his off. Return of the Jedi at the end.
Oh man, yeah, that was kind of sucko. But and also, did you notice that the military guys right? The military guys are all younger. Remember, they had the old
This-
guys. Look, if you're an admiral, you're old.
Yeah, there's no way.
yeah,
So this guy was really, really young. He had no respect
how
for
about
him.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. How
Yeah.
about when the admiral looks over at the bad guy and has no respect? He should have went and choked him
Yeah.
because
With the Force.
Vader was like,
Well, remember in 4 and then in 5, Vader's authority got more and more. They did question him in 4 around the Death Star.
Yeah.
You know, they were kind of like, you know,
And that's when
the-
you could
you know,
see him doing the choking
your,
with just
you know,
the,
what
I just keep
your
saying
dedication to that
it's,
ancient. Yeah,
it's like Independence Day. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It just lacks a little in the story.
yeah. It's kind of like Independence Day at the end when they land and then they're walking through the desert and everybody runs out and hugs them.
Mm-hmm.
That's just such a gee whiz moment, you know, and that's kind of the way this one ends too.
And what sucked is when C-3PO and everybody standing there waving.
Yeah, I thought
I'm
that
like,
was
I
it.
thought that was the end of the
Me
movie too.
Me too.
Because actually, that would have been a better ending.
It probably. Yeah, I was about to say it probably should
Alrighty
have been.
then.
It would have been a better ending.
Well, I do have to say that I made a really funny crack, and I got my kids all laughing at me. Is that when the steps? Okay, I'm not going to ruin it for anybody.
How about this? But I don't want to mess you up. But
Uh-huh.
how about I said, what does he do if he's hungry? Like, does he go down all them steps again to fish?
Well, here this
or
kind
he
of
goes,
alludes to that.
he uses the force. Give me a red snapper.
Not that one. So-
I mean, look at how many steps there was.
yeah. Okay. So you know what I said was, you know, she's going up the steps, and I look over at my son, and he looks at me like, "What?" And I said, "Don't forget the noodle cart."
Oh my god!
Oh, God.
I
Did
kept.
you see they're coming out with a Kung Fu Panda 3? So sorry.
I already had one person say squirrel a few minutes ago.
Oh man, I'm so happy about the Kung Fu Panda, man.
So here's the other thing I was thinking about. What's our phone was off where the battery had died. It set for several days without being plugged in. I don't even know where the friggin' on button is on this damn phone. So
Welcome to high-tech
here's my
radio.
thought. I'm like, this is a real place, right? That means somebody had to really build this, not just a movie set. But look at all the friggin' stones that went into building this. And it's been there for however long. So I was dying because I'm like,
Own zone.
what made him choose to be there?
Well, it didn't make any sense to me. I'm not gonna lie.
There was a lot of intended to be dramatic scenes that were just not dramatic.
And you know, I gotta tell you, man, it's just what
And
happened.
C-3PO, I'm sure you don't recognize me because of my red arm. I'm like, that is lame.
Though, you know what happened?
Hmm.
Damn it! I just thought of what happened. The wussification of Star Wars.
I'm telling you, the whole
It
planet.
spread. It spread to a galaxy far, far
No
away.
crap, dude.
Well,
The
it's
3D of it looked great, though. I mean, it was
Yeah.
a great.
Yeah.
Visually,
It.
it was great.
I'm sitting there
Story,
thinking of it.
it's lacking.
Wussification and no boobs.
So anybody that has seen it that would like to chime in, please feel free. Anybody that hasn't seen it, you're probably not Star Wars fiends like us, so you're probably
Mhm.
not going to be disappointed.
and you probably would
Snow.
have already saw it. You should really go see it. Steph, I understand you have other responsibilities, but
I'm planning on going to see it.
Look, I didn't see IMAX. I just saw 3D.
yeah.
I had a little bit of a headache and I was worried about going to see it
Yeah.
in IMAX and 3D at the same time
What's
that-
the difference with IMAX and 3D?
because it's very overwhelming on your eyeballs.
It's filmed.
Uh-uh.
It's actually the digital is transferred into an IMAX
And it's
system.
loud as hell.
Man,
I don't think I've ever
American
seen a movie.
Sniper, my old lady was putting her fingers in her ear for American Sniper.
Oh wow.
That's what it
Oh,
should
yeah.
be.
It was causing her to have a headache. But we also
Huh.
sat where we normally sit, like right there with our feet propped up on that little metal rail.
That's what
Uh-huh.
Well, last night we sat all the way on the back, with our back against the wall, so that instead of looking up at the movie, I'm looking at. But it also didn't take up my peripheral vision, so it didn't cause me to, my headache to be any worse. Whereas with IMAX covers everything you see when you're sitting.
Oh wow.
Yeah, your peripheral. So on to this subject.
Well, real quick, it reached $1 billion.
Yeah, I heard that.
The Star Wars.
Oh
The
God,
Force
yeah. I'm
Awakens.
not leaving the movie for a second.
Oh, okay.
I was now going to discuss one part. We're still going to be on the movie because I'm sure people are going to be chiming in a few seconds. So I go to Stonecrest.
Oh Lord.
Let me just say, I may not ever I may not ever. I know I'll never go there again when the sun's down. I already know that. Because it's just
We spoke of that.
the amount of people. It has nothing to do with the people. The amount of people.
You are such a liar.
No. So when we get there, we're pulling up, and because we know the mall's closing
Yes.
at 6, it's Sunday, so I have to park on the food court side. Well, I'm circling for parking spots, and Crystal's like, "Well, don't park too far out." And I park next to the MARTA bus stop. And she's like, "Well, why are you parking out here? A, I'm under a street light, and B,
Mhm.
I'm 30 feet from the MARTA bus stop, which means surveillance cameras, which
Mhm.
means more people, and it's a straight path walking up to where I need to be. The other part is not one DeKalb County police officer anywhere to be seen, anywhere. Not a police car, not one walking around. As I'm walking back down to my van because I didn't think I locked it, I happened to see a white Chevrolet truck with the red stripe down the side, a caution light flashing, saying that he's mall security, and he's 67 years old.
Oh my gosh.
He barely can secure his Depends that he's wearing. He can barely secure the donut that's sitting to the right. The son of a gun couldn't have got out of the car fast enough with his seatbelt on.
And they don't have guns.
And
right?
they have nothing. And then as we're walking up to the actual doors to walk in, I'd already told Crystal, I said, if you notice I'm not holding your hand, it's so that if I have to reach for my gun, I'm going to.
Well, that's why I asked.
Thugs everywhere. And as we get ready to go in, I saw this little golf cart shoot by with a light on. And I went, well, there's one security traveling up through here.
Mhm.
Oh, wait a minute. He has a broom and a dustpan.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
No security at all.
After what happened Saturday,
Mhm.
there would be like, it'd be for like Fort Knox over there or something, but
I don't
that's
know.
ridiculous.
I think for the most part that the law enforcement, unfortunately, has gotten to be so reactionary.
Yeah, and Phillips, no,
it's
if I
not their
had
fault.
some chopstick, I'd poke your damn eyes out right now.
Cool.
So drive to Lake Oconee then, because you could leave your car unlocked. And did you not hear about the shooting the other day? Well, hell yeah, everybody heard about
Crystal shared it.
it. I was coming down 124 when Crystal was looking at this, that, and the other, and we pulled up and saw a couple helicopters flying around. Yes, we knew all about it, sir. Which is why you also think there'd be a bunch of damn cops there.
Yeah.
Now, you know that I drove all the way to Lawrenceville last night. And because they got the reclining. Have you ever sat in the recliner?
No, but Karin posted some pictures of her in a recliner.
Oh, that's nice.
But see, I've always, even though the mall has turned to shit,
No, it really
It's
is.
and I'm
another
just
South
cussing.
Cab.
I went in there to see Santa on the 23rd.
Mhm.
I've never seen it so ghetto. I told my wife, I said, whoop, whoop, it's Candler Road, baby.
Yeah.
South
Remember
DeKalb
North Lake?
Junior.
Yeah.
And anybody wants to talk smack, hello. I went to Candler Road till God knows. I was probably
North Lake Mall?
13. Yeah. I mean, I went to South DeKalb Mall till I was probably like,
Yeah.
no, the last time I think I actually was hanging out at South DeKalb is when I went up. I snuck onto the MARTA to go I was 7th grade. I snuck on the MARTA in Lithonia, and we went there to see Purple Rain.
Shoot, that's where
So
I got
I was hanging out there when I was 14. I think that's the last time I ever went in there to actually shop.
That's where I got my wedding rings. Where Travis and I went and got our wedding rings at the K Jewelers at South DeKalb Mall.
Yeah, man.
So, and we used to go all the time.
But Stonecrest is to that point.
Well,
Yes.
remember when South DeKalb started going downhill and all the businesses started pulling
Yes.
out?
And that's
then it got really
now if you walk out of the movie theater and look to your left, you'll see Kohl's.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
but from that Kohl's all the way towards Victoria's Secret, everything's empty now. That little area is dead.
Yeah.
That area
That's
up in that
unfortunate.
food court kind of area is dead. And the fact there wasn't enough lighting out there, the fact there wasn't enough presence of security out there was not a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And see, the last time me and Crystal came out of a movie there is when some dude apparently it seemed to look visually like he was waiting for some people to walk out of that door because he tried following us to our car.
Mhm.
And I made sure, and this was right now about a year ago, because I made sure I used the comment, well, I wonder if they're going to let me take this gun into the Great American Bash, which is the big motorcycle event every year. And she's like, huh? And I made sure I bumped to my right arm. I said, I just wonder if they're going to let me get this Glock into that that gun show, and then the dude kind of slowly started walking away from us. But he was following us to our car. It was just kind of obvious that because he was walking one direction, when the double doors opened up and it was us, he spun back around and stayed about 10 feet behind me to my right.
Yeah.
And then he just slowly kept getting closer as we started getting closer to the cars. And that's when I started talking smack.
Yep,
Let's
it was
see.
creeping you.
Let's see. Does that sound like in nature a predator?
I'm just saying.
Mhm.
A predator looks for an opportunity.
Well,
So that's why I tell people all the
I
time.
just hate that it's
situational awareness.
But-
Situational
but
awareness.
listen to this
will
now.
prevent all of it.
So we get in the door, and they got the line like you would at an Arby's or a bank or whatever, and zigzag until you get to the counter.
Zigzagging.
They got like 8 people behind the counter. Now this is to buy the tickets, 2 registers.
Don't get me started.
So then we get our tickets. We go to stand in line, but before we stand in line for refreshments, I said, "Let's go see how bad the theater is." Well, it's a small theater, which really pissed me off because if I'm coming to see one of the leading movies in the world, why is it in a small theater? But okay, I had a headache. I'm willing to deal with that one. That's probably better for my eyes. So we go to stand back in line. The movie started at 5, and we were there at like 3 minutes to 5. And we actually thought we were going to the 5:30, but apparently, we ended up having to we wanted 3D, not just a regular. So we had to move it to 5.
Now, were they assigned seats over there?
No.
Yeah. They got assigned seats in Lawrenceville.
Well, then we make it back to the food part of the thing. You've got the main concession that's at the front door, but then both ends has concessions. There was 20 people in line for concessions with that long ass counter, and there was 2 registers going.
Wow.
Now,
And every one of us are starting to miss our movies because of these clowns. And there was a bunch of people walking around back there, and Crystal's like, "Honey, they're working." I'm like, "That girl right there is she might as well be drawing her Medicaid and her Social Security because she's barely moving. That one right there is too busy talking to the guy and flirting with him. That one right there she keeps fluffing popcorn. I what the hell is fluffing popcorn? Put the crap in a damn bucket and hand it to somebody."
So was there a particular reason why you went out to Stonecrest and didn't go here?
Hold on, I'm telling you, if I had some chopsticks, I'd stab him in his eye. Unfortunately, that doesn't fall on DeKalb County Police Department. The security falls off. We know that, sir. Quit being an ace-hole. We know that. But you're going to assume this. For all these years that the mall's been open, out of all these years that mall's been open, out of all the times I've been up there, there's always been a presence of DeKalb County.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, there's even supposed to be a small precinct in there or something. Because there's always been DeKalb County in there. So now, if there was just a shooting just the other day, wouldn't you think because it was a holiday weekend that there would be a more stable presence of police officers? So you be a poopy head all you want, and pig all you want, but reality says just because you're a cop don't mean you got to defend them. The fact says that there was just a shooting there. It was just a holiday weekend. There should have been a heavier presence of security and police officers. So smoke that.
Poopy head.
But I mean, you want to pick, but you don't want to look at the reality. Stop defending the fact that you happen to be a DeKalb County sheriff and look at the fact as a citizen, if there was just a huge problem up there, you would expect there to be a normal amount of police officers. And this was the opposite of what normally is there. Normally, there's always a police car up there where the cones are. There's always been a police car sitting up there. There's hello, Philip Snow, you ace. You've been there with me and talked to several of the police officers that you knew. Wait a minute. I just thought about that. You've been with me and talked to the police officers that worked up there, and you know them. So that's my point is, why weren't they there this time? Yeah. That's what I was getting at.
What was he saying about DeKalb County? That's not jurisdiction?
He's just saying that falls under mall security, which it does. But there has always, up until last night, I've always seen DeKalb County officers in that walking area.
Mall security doesn't have arresting authority. They're not post-certified, are they? I don't think so.
Yeah,
and he's still going with the mall should be beefed up. I'm not saying it shouldn't. I'm saying out of all the years that DeKalb County cops have been there, why all of a sudden was there no cops there? Why after a shooting that just happened was there not more? That's what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying.
And I think all mall security can do is detain you.
Okay, ace hole. I don't work for PD. I didn't say that. I said sheriffs.
He did
yes,
say
you
sheriff.
did. He did say sheriff.
So
I
quit
think you need to clean your earwax out.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
But that's
Is
the
it time
point.
for a commercial?
That's the point I'm trying to make is out of all the years that cops have always been there, why was it not there last night? The shooting was what? Friday night?
Saturday.
Saturday.
So
Saturday at 5
So
o'clock.
Saturday. So 24 hours later, and there was not one police officer to be seen. I should have done video so somebody like you wouldn't keep questioning what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because usually every weekend, every
There's
Friday,
every
Saturday
weekend
night,
there's always a cop
Yeah.
car sitting there.
uh,
There's
two
always.
or three of them actually.
So it was just real surprising to not see any police presence.
Stupid caller.
Yeah.
He's not a
even
caller.
caller.
He's a texter.
Stupid texter, poopy head. You drink doo-doo water.
Hairy pig.
Ravens Renovations sent this to Philip. Get your ace to the movie and watch out for the DJ.
Yeah.
Hey, the DJ was armed. Don't even think for a second. he
Armed
wasn't.
and dangerous.
Let me tell you, I went to the bathroom. Let me tell you something too. After being at all the things I've ever done in my life, being in the bathroom is your most vulnerable. And the
Yes.
reason I know this too is my Uncle Ricky, who was I don't want to just say he's a drug dealer because he used most of the product. He didn't sell it.
So he's a bad
Wow.
drug
He was a
dealer.
bad drug He told me stories, and then we'll go to commercial, and then we'll come back to this subject. But he told me a story about when he was in high school, and my uncle, my dad, my grandfather were some of the meanest people I've ever known. I mean, they were just vicious. And he said that he was laying his head down in class, and back in the early 60s, you didn't even wear tennis shoes to school. You wore penny loafers, and you had to dress nice. So he said that this boy had flipped his class ring over and walked by him and thumped him in the back of his head. And he looked up, and he started to do something to this guy, and the teacher's, wanting to suspend my uncle. And so my uncle's like, "That's cool. I'll get you later." So they were all down at Glenwood Drive-In Theater, and my uncle and one of his buddies walked in the bathroom and heard two guys, one in each stall, talking back and forth. And I think he said the guy's name was my uncle hung out with a guy named Butch Jennings, and they both walk up to the doors and kick the friggin' doors in. Well, when the doors kicked in, the guys are standing there with their junk in their hand. They both fall forward, smacking their heads on the wall, and then they beat the living hell out of them in the bathroom stalls. So if you think about every time you're standing there with your junk in your hand in the bathroom and somebody walks up behind you, you're pretty damn vulnerable.
Yeah.
Isn't
Pretty
that a
damn vulnerable.
Tupac song?
I-
When you're in the bathroom with your junk in your hand.
no, that might be a Tula Crue song.
Okay.
So, anyways, we're gonna shoot off to commercial. It's
Wow, y'all were talking.
it's
Never mind.
it's one of
Not going
those.
there.
You're not going in there?
No, not
Because you
going
ain't got
there.
no junk to keep in your hand.
Well, I was gonna say y'all
Don't
were talking
think
about
so,
junk.
because that girl right there probably pee standing up.
I can, yes, but y'all are sitting there
Can I
talking
go-
about junk in the hand, and
Can
then
I
he
go
says we're
home?
gonna shoot off to a commercial.
Can I
You're the only one thinking that way, sicko.
Can I go home?
Why?
I'm-
Because I could probably pee further than you.
The fact that this has turned into a weird debate
Ashley,
at the
I'm sorry.
moment,
I'm
kind of
jealous.
scares me.
I'm jealous of people that don't know Redneck State.
I don't know that jealous would be the word. I'm just saying that the fact that Steph just did a pee challenge.
I'm gonna have to get the drone.
Yeah, the fact that Steph just did a pee challenge to all men out there.
Gonna have
That's
to get the
pretty
drone.
pretty weird. All right, hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back.
That was fun.
He's wanting to pick. And that's what him and Abby do about your spelling and your grammar. They always want to try to prove that they know more than you, or they want to correct you.
Yeah.
But the fool has been with me, and he has seen exactly what I'm talking about. There's always been a police presence.
Yeah. Every time we've gone out there, there's been 2 or 3 cops out there.
Definitely.
Which hand is it that if it itches, you're supposed to be getting money?
Right palm.
Oh, my right palm is itching away.
Good.
Come on, money. Because let me tell you, this past weekend has been pure hell.
I hear you. a very, very, very good friend of mine called me and asked to borrow some money. Said she was in a really bad way, and I didn't have it. I felt bad.
Well, because of the rain, all of the plumbing, well, the bathroom flooded. That was the first to go.
3 to 5 more inches in the next 3 days, right? By the flood thing is in effect until Thursday morning at 7 a.m. Flood watch.
It sucks.
That's
'Cause
crazy.
we got that all cleaned up
What the hell are you talking
when my bathroom flooded.
Yeah, you gotta reword that a little bit.
Well,
Look at that. Is that not the bomb?
But that's what it did.
No. When you
We need to save it. We need to save it.
Save it.
We need to save it.
What generation is this?
That's the new.
Because we
iPad
also got to
Pro.
talk about that house.
Dang, man, this thing's expensive as hell.
The house where they
Hey,
advertised.
get you a screen protector.
Oh, hell. The only problem is nobody's making shit right now.
Oh, you can get.
I'm
that
gonna use
aftermarket.
that bag right there, the compact bag. For
Yeah.
it.
Definitely get a thing to go around it, like a.
Oh,
like I
Well,
got-
couldn't
I'm
you
going to, but my thing is I decided I don't know that I want a keyboard, but that prop
Mhm.
I want because I've been holding it like this.
Yeah.
Neck, shoulders.
It gets heavy, believe it or not, if you're reading or watching something.
And
Yeah,
could
get you a
you just
keyboard.
get one
Not that
that's
bad.
like big enough to go over one of these since it's about the same size, and just trim
Either
it
You
up?
know that we weren't talking about just something to go over the screen.
or get a wireless keyboard with
Case
a,
too, woman.
Can you do
Oh,
that
like an
with that one?
OtterBox. They don't have an OtterBox yet made for
The
it.
problem is the OtterBox like $100, and my problem is I've not had it long enough to use it to decide what I want. So I don't want to go spend $100 and then a week later go, I'm not really happy with this.
Yeah. I go to was it deals of the day deals?
So did everybody get my message about these?
Uh-huh.
So I ordered these to come in before the gun show, but I only ordered 10. This is 15. The problem is they sent me a message because I wanted that
Mm-hmm.
with a plain white bag.
Mm-hmm.
But then they send me a message saying, oh, your email, blah, 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 your order's not complete. So I had to call California. And I said, what's the problem? They said, well, you apparently didn't complete your order because you don't have a back. I went, I don't want a back. I want it white. Well, you can't do that. And I went, why can't I?
Yeah, if you're paying for it.
Because I already had a plan for the back.
Mm-hmm.
That Kathy Bragg was going to make us a sticker that would have our name and our face. So
Yeah.
somehow or another, we ended up with these that are double side. So these would be the ones we send to Jacob or loan them to people that are with us at events.
Mhm.
But then these are ours. And this right here, because she told me I had to make them with a back, I'm going to have either a color or a black and white picture of us, like what
Mhm.
your driver's license would look like.
Okay.
Probably be cheaper to do black and white, maybe.
I don't know because she's going to print it on the same thing that she made the stickers on. So color's not going to make a difference. But she told me that if we don't plan on getting them wet, she's like, I can just make you paper ones. It'd be a whole lot less. And she said, then you just put a clear film over it.
Yeah, but see, I'm already looking for a little thing that'll
Sleeve.
snap around it or something.
Yeah.
Because
Sleeve.
yeah, look at geez, how many times have we got wet? And I haven't gone to many events. And I've gotten wet.
That's because you got
I've
it.
got a sleeve.
It's different. That's just the way it is.
There's you.
Thank you, sir. I'm honored.
Now when
And yours will just go as guest because we don't know how long you're going to stay.
oh whatever.
I'm gonna wear it right now. How about that?
Does that make you feel special?
Yeah.
Does that make you feel special? Ashley said she wants one.
Actually, I don't. They should allow you to just come in with us.
Yeah.
And if they don't and I'm there, please get my attention.
That kind
Y'all
of
know how I feel
that
about
kind of
that.
works cool now. So look,
Press. I told y'all that I really wanted one to pull, but Cool.
Hey, you have to have a longer.
I'm good with that.
cord.
I'm good with that.
So would Travis have one that's since he's like
So Philip Snow, I'm gonna kick him in his uterus, man. So he sends me a picture of 2 cars with somebody pulled over, and he says, "Here's your cops," and they're not even in their county. I don't know.
wow.
Oh, that's spring. I'm gonna kick him in his uterus. That's all there is to it. Free
Good.
uterus kicking for Philip Snow.
Say, let's bring him in here. Let's have a pee contest. And then bam, uterus punching.
It's for fun.
Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding.
All right, and we're back. Yeah, Philip Snow, paging Philip Snow. Stephanie just challenged you to a pee off. She says that she bets that she can pee further than you.
Loser gets uterus punched.
I think this is a challenge that even you could probably compete in. So he sends me a picture and says, "Here's your damn cops. They're not even in their county." Apparently, it appears to be 2 Rockdale. But the funny thing is I see Newton starting to have matching cars, as strange as that is. I saw pulling out of the skating ring the other day. I was like, damn, that's a new Rockdale car. I'm like, hold on, that's
cool.
Newton County.
Yeah, they look cool. The new challenge.
So, but where it is, it apparently looks like they're pulled over at Spring and Salem Road, which means they probably had to follow this guy into the county. You do realize that, right? Why do I feel like I'm having to explain to a cop?
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Just go get your damn donuts already.
And I've noticed over the weekend there was a lot of you could see a lot more Rockdale County sheriffs out there patrolling.
You know, I had to call one the other day out to the farm.
Yeah, I heard briefly about that. What was that, Friday?
Hey, listen.
Wednesday.
So my wife sends a text. It says, now she's sleeping because, the baby didn't sleep last night.
And I'm down here yelling.
Oh, that baby's over there, though.
Okay.
And she said, I had this hot dream.
Stop it.
Uh-oh.
Hashtag insert pennies. Woo! That's the censored version. And she just said no. I said, can I read this live? She said no.
Too
late.
She can call me Penny.
We love you, Crystal.
I love you too.
Okay. So what was y'all talking about?
Penny.
That totally messed up my thoughts.
Yeah,
My-
me too.
my,
I'm gonna have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute.
So we were talking about the bathroom flooding at my house.
Okay, Steph. Start with what you're trying to say, so I can just say you start saying it, and then I can act like Philip Snow and try to correct you.
Okay. But I won't get anal like you do when Philip tries to.
What? Wait.
Anyways.
Why did the word
I'm
anal
leaving.
even?
I'm leaving.
Why did you even use
Right
the word
now.
anal in that conversation?
Right
Well,
now.
we're talking about bathrooms.
Oh, I
so-
thought you just said we're talking about Philip. I mean, the way you just said that, you asshole.
I'm leaving.
So, due to the rain, my bathroom, and poor little Ashley was the one that was on the toilet when this happened.
Hurry up and say it so I can say you're full of crap.
Yeah, literally. So we flushed. I flushed the toilet.
Stephanie is saying this incorrectly. What she said a few minutes ago, and she already know the story,
Yes, you do know the story.
and I had to explain to her why it's doing what it's doing. But what is funny is she goes, and thanks to all the flooding, all the rain, my bathroom flooded. And I'm like, Steph,
It
You-
did.
you can't say it like that. Because what is wrong with your bathroom has nothing to do with the flood. When you use the word flood, you insinuate that your house is lower than sea level and that the creek rised and the water bled into your house. That would be what a flood is.
So
What you're describing is not a flood.
okay, well, I flushed the toilet, and not only did it come up through the bathtub, it started coming up through the sink, and then the toilet overflowed and flooded the floor. I mean, I don't know how.
But
else
that's
to
not,
say
you
it.
can't, yeah, but the way you said the story, it's kind of like, So I went to see Star Wars, and because of that, my donuts were cold. Well, what the hell does one have to do with the other? Well, it's because I was supposed to pick the donuts up before the movie, but I picked them up after the movie, so it's the movie's fault that my donuts are cold. That's how you just told the story.
It's the movie's fault. I gotta write that down. Hold on. It's the movie's fault.
But yeah, it wasn't very pretty because it was bad.
Hey, does anybody hear
Both
music in the
bathrooms.
background of us talking? I think something's not correct, but let me know. Because there is background music that plays, but it's supposed to mute itself, but it looks like a button that we have is not lit up, which surprises me. But anyways, so here, Stephanie, you start talking and then let me correct it. Let me be Philip to you.
Okay.
But really what it is because she starts explaining it and she doesn't put knowledge behind the explanation. Just start talking. So
But-
you paint a picture of what happened and then tell us why you
Well,
think it happened.
This isn't the first time.
And
it's
pretend I
happened.
hadn't already told you what the real reason is, but I like hearing you explain it.
Well, this isn't the first time it happened. Every time that we would get
Steph
heavy
will argue with you
rains-
that she doesn't run downhill because she's like, it came up and out of the sink. I thought poop goes down.
Well, luckily, thank God that the poop didn't.
It's
come-
okay, Mike. She used a toothbrush to clean it.
No, the poop didn't come through the sink. The poop came in back into the toilet. I mean, back into the tub
couple
and the
years
floor.
back,
Unfortunately,
a couple years back, I was dating a big girl, and when she'd get in the tub, the water in the toilet would rise up. Okay, go ahead.
oh, okay. But no,
Now, is
when
it- How does this have to do with the rain?
Just listen.
because the yard
I'm going to
was
explain
so
it in a second, but
saturated.
this is funny when you listen to her now that she knows the answer, but keep going. It's still comical. If I could have had this conversation, the first one that we had recorded and played it back for you, some of you would be spitting. You would look like her pipes. You'd be spitting coffee out of your nose right now.
Wow.
Well, see, it never happened when Travis was in town. It always happened when he was out of town. So he never.
So you're
saw,
saying he left you with the sheet?
Yeah, and he never saw.
Mike's just shaking his head.
He never saw what it was doing, but every time that it
And when
It's
he
a
was out of
real
town, you
heavy
never saw what
rain.
he was doing.
I'm
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But every time it rains, if you flush the toilet, the tub would fill up out of the faucet.
Are you hearing this? Every time you flush the toilet, the
It
tub
fills
starts
up.
filling up.
It did.
She was recycling water, Mike.
I didn't want to drink it. Or
Then you
get in
just
that
scoop it
tub.
out of the tub, put it back in the top of the toilet. If we ran out of water, that would be a cool suggestion, though. As long as you were peeing. I'm watching Mike go, how's that make sense?
You don't own the house, right?
No,
Not
anymore. Yeah, not
No.
anymore.
I was
Message.
yeah.
Now it's going to be a remanufactured home.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
well, if somebody else owned it, they're in
So let's go back to the poopage.
Yeah, it was bad.
Now can I paint the image of what's
and-
really happening? Because you're not giving the story the way you told me the first time. It's
and
similar.
Then when I was washing clothes, then the toilet started backing up and the tub the
So,
tub started filling
Stephanie's
up
not the only thing in
again.
that house that backs up. Okay, so everybody pay attention to how this is said. So your vault, which AKA septic tank, is in your yard. You normally have a 3 to 4 inch PVC pipe. I thought it was funny. Philip goes, a 5 inch. I mean, not Philip, but Travis said, it's a 5 inch. Well, it'd be 3, it'd be 4, or it'd be 6. There's no 5 inch.
Dang, man.
Pardon me, I
Excuse
burped.
you.
So usually you have a clean out tee under your house before it leaves your house. Then it goes out, goes down into the tank. It leaves your tank with another 4 to 6 inch, but then it spiders out. It's like looking at your wrist, going to your hand, to all your fingers, and that's what goes across your yard. Well, usually when your yard's not oversaturated with rain, all the
Mhm.
fluid goes off to all these individuals and you're okay.
Mhm.
Now, to see poopage coming back into the house means that your septic tank is full. And how long have you lived there?
15 years.
Yes. Have y'all ever cleaned it?
No.
Okay.
And
But that's the answer right there.
And what's bad is the people that we bought the house from
Yes.
didn't even know that it was on septic tank.
Well, I mean, that's
So they of course didn't have it emptied either because they didn't know.
right. And I was trying to say that there's a bacteria that you can buy.
Yeah, the Riddex, which we put that in monthly.
Yeah, that's not going to do it.
That's not it.
Not 15, 20 years of poop.
The problem is Riddex is what you use to get rid of lice.
No,
Nuh-uh.
I'm messing with you because that was called Rid. I was waiting for you to correct me on that one because I thought that was funny.
There's just no way a box of
But-
Riddex is going to.
But the problem is you need to also read the stuff that you put in because there's different ones, and if you've been putting in the wrong one, they make one that eats roots because a lot of times roots for trees grow into the septic tank because you know why?
Because it's in the ground.
It's an ever-ending amount of water
and food.
Poop is manure. Manure is nutrition for plant life. So trees, their roots will go that way. So you have to put chemicals in there that eat the bacteria, which is the poop. You get another one that you put in there that get rid of the roots.
My mother-in-law said to put to go.
Jeff
find
said it sounds like a lot of sheet to him.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a lot of sheet.
But the reason of your backup is if your yard was oversaturated with water already, that means any water that you're putting on top of the poop is not running off into the yard, which then if the poop is so full that it acts as a clogged pipe, and then all your water just starts coming back into the house. Enough of that sheet. Move on to another subject.
Well, once I got that all cleaned up,
or not,
I'm in the bedroom.
Did you just mop it and try to flush it down the toilet?
No.
Never mind.
No. Anyway,
Never mind. You don't
anyways,
get it.
I
Mike,
bleached
you
the
get it?
floor. I bleached the floor. Everything. I got it cleaned up. So I go getting ready to go to bed, and I look up on the ceiling above my head, and there's just this. It looks really wet.
Poop stain.
No, it wasn't a poop stain. But I have a leak now. I found a leak that's in my ceiling in my bedroom, right above my head, and my finger went right through.
Yeah, your landlord needs to be.
Well, we didn't have.
Hey, so on to the new subjects.
Ma'am.
Yeah, it sucks. I need to get that.
What else we got?
house.
What else we got? What else we got?
Some,
I'm gonna start trying to make us really run on that 20-minute timer.
Meadowlark Lemon.
What about it?
He passed away.
No
Yeah,
way. I
yeah.
mean, you got to think these days are coming. You know,
I
somebody
was,
else died over like the holidays or whatever.
The baseball player, the baseball coach.
Oh, the baseball coach. Yeah,
Deuce.
yeah.
Oh, it might have been.
Yeah,
It just sucks when you start realizing, like when I saw Han Solo's face, and you start realizing
That they're getting old.
Yeah.
That was
then-
pretty cool the way you brought that back to the movie.
I just brought it up. I mean, it reminded me of when I saw his face and I thought about it. I was like, man, you don't realize 1976 was that long ago.
Well, another thing that you and I were talking about over the weekend, everybody knows I'm looking for a house.
Right.
So I went to
A
this
poop-free
one
house
house. Yes.
on sewage, not septic.
Yes. I went to this one house, and it was advertised that it had a basement. So
Oh yeah, we were going to talk about this on the story. This is awesome.
yes.
How a dumbass realtor will put their name on something that they shouldn't put their name on. Mike, you're going to die when you hear this.
Yes, it was very funny.
Philip Snow and Abby that are listening, you're going to die when you hear this.
Yeah, so we're sitting there, me and Ashley are walking through the house. I'm loving it. I'm loving how the bathroom is set up. That would have been her bathroom. And so I asked him, I said, how do you get in the basement? Is that door that's outside the only way to get in the basement? Is there not a way in here? And he says, no, we can't get into it because it's locked and we don't have a key to it. And I said, okay, so what's in there? And he said, well, somebody's using it for storage, and I don't know why they would use it for storage because it has a dirt floor.
So if it has a dirt floor, it's not considered a basement.
That's a crawl space.
There's your number one lie. But wait, it gets better.
Yeah, he said, well, I've been asking for a key to that door for a long time, and we just can't get the key to that door, so we don't even know what's in there. But they're using it for storage. I'm like,
I can
Okay, let's go.
I got a lockpick.
But I'm telling Steph, I'm like, A, the realtor is a dumbass. Should not have their name attached to something stating that it's a basement when it's a dirt crawl space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Secondly, if you as a realtor start going, yeah, I've been asking forever and nobody can seem to give me a key. Why are you trying to rent a house to a family and make them think, well, it's okay. We're renting the house. We're renting the property, but there's going to be somebody else coming back and forth in our yard going under our house.
And not knowing what's in there.
And we don't even know what's under there. So,
Well,
you know,
yeah,
for all you know, there's a grow house under there. For
Yeah.
all you know.
There's
Or a meth
a dead
house.
body.
But you know what I'm willing to bet,
Somebody
because
said
you got to
that.
remember how many
Dead
years
body.
I worked on rental houses and Section 8 houses. Here's what I'm betting. I'm betting that there's black mold growing underneath that house, because you're supposed to have a vapor barrier, which means under every crawl space on top of dirt, there's supposed to be 6 mil plastic, because when when the temperature outside changes, the earth sweats, the moisture goes up, starts rotting the bottom of these floors. You're supposed to have that vapor bond. The problem is I'm willing to bet you, if you go kick that door in and you look under there, I bet you they are hiding the fact that there's probably black mold
And the walls
everywhere.
and everything.
Yeah. And see, that's
And why would a real estate agent even put their name on it? Out of all the hundreds of real estate agents I worked for, they all were very particular about what their name goes on.
Well, the slumlords aren't.
And that had to be where the hot water heater was, because I never saw it in the house.
Dude, we
boy.
worked on a house over there in Lilburn. So the lady calls, slumlord calls and says, hey, need you to go swap out a water heater. I'm like, okay. She says it's in the crawl space. And I'm thinking, that's got to be like a walk-in crawl space. There's no way you're going to have a water heater in a crawl space. So we did kind of step down a little bit to get through the door, of course, but then you could stand up and it was about 5 feet tall in there. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So we got the flashlight and we're looking around and I see all the pipes leading towards where a hill is, which goes down to where there's about 3 foot of clearance from the dirt to the bottom of the floor joist.
Wow.
So I'm like, the hell, water heater? What do they got in here? A 25-gallon water heater? They had a 50-gallon shorty, but a 50-gallon shorty is 4 feet tall, but it's more circumference. It's fatter.
Yeah.
Low boy.
Yeah.
But they dug a hole to put it in.
No.
So it was sitting on dirt, which means the moisture level, blah, blah, blah. So the bottom had rusted out,
Oh, man.
flooded the hole,
Oh no.
and we couldn't get the water heater out of the hole.
Yeah, because when they rust out, you try to move them, they just start falling apart.
Our thing is we couldn't get it out of the hole. I had to call the owner and I'm like, listen, here's how this is going to have to work. Either we're going to have to dig the side of this dirt out to get the water heater out, or we're going to go buy a new water heater and we're going to replumb it and we're going to set it in the part we can stand in. They said, oh no, you got to get it out. And I said, oh, we will, but it's going to cost you.
Yep.
Yeah, and well, don't you have to
Because
worry
they were trying to sell it as storage for a workshop in a dirt crawl space with no plastic. Do you know every tool that had copper winding, every electric tool that has copper winding would be destroyed in about 6 months underneath that house?
You said tool.
Well, I've seen a lot of houses, because I've been looking, and they advertise a lot of crazy stuff that is not there.
My wife said I'd like to have a 50-gallon shorty.
Here I am.
Oh,
Here I am, baby.
Here I am.
it's getting
That's
deep.
my wife you're talking to, sir.
I know exactly.
She's gonna
Exactly
get you.
what
You keep saying the text she's
If I
sending
keep
you.
telling her, now she knows. Yeah. So,
Crystal,
how about
stop
them
sexting
trees?
him while he's on air.
So yeah, Steph's having a hard time finding houses, and it has nothing to do with the amount, because she's been showing me pictures of these houses that want a lot of money and these houses that don't want a lot of money. And the funny thing is they're equivalent to each other.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I found one. I'm not going to say where it is because I don't want to give it away in case somebody sneaks in there and gets it that's looking for a house. But it's $450 a month rent to own. But
Did you go look at it?
yes, I went and looked at it. It doesn't have a driveway. The driveway is just dirt.
That's what it
and-
looked like on the picture.
Yeah, I mean, you know, for me and Ashley, that's fine and I want to figure out how it's got a 3-bedroom. But the bad part is I had to fill out all this information before they'll even let me look at it. And I have to be approved to look at it.
Then I don't need to. I wouldn't
No.
have given them any information.
No. No.
I wouldn't have given them any information.
You need a real estate agent that
I
you can say.
As stupid as this sounds,
I got you, real estate agent. I'll watch this.
Yeah, I
Well,
got one too.
I
I
didn't realize until actually yesterday when I was riding around looking at houses and saw her name on a sign. I did not realize that Wanda Cook Moore was a real estate
Yes,
agent.
duh.
So I contacted her, and
Good.
she's gonna try to help me find something.
And you know what? Just explain to her what you need, what you look for, all that. You know, write it down. Say, hey, I need this, I need that, I need level space, I need a bathroom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
Wanda.
that's
That's whose number I was going for. Wanda, hook you up.
because
Yeah.
they can put it all in the computer and bink.
Yeah, because the hardest part now that I'm looking at is how I'm gonna have to wheelchair accessorize. Because
Right.
like the one that I absolutely loved that was here in Conyers had a basement
Right.
top. There was the one thing I hated is there was a drop off on the driveway because the driveway like split. You could drive one part that was lower all the way around to where there was a back entrance or a back door to the basement, but there was a drop off. There was like a 2-foot drop off, and that scares me with Ashley. And that was also the one that I was talking to you about that had the dehumidifier going in the
Mm.
basement.
So how about this? Thank God I worked on all them friggin' houses for so long.
Scotty's been a
So-
real help.
So she says, "Yeah, I go in this house, and you can tell it used to have sheetrock,
But it's gone.
but
now.
apparently it's gone." I said, "That means it's probably flooded before,
Yeah,
and they had to pull the sheetrock out." She's like, "Yeah, and they had that dehumidifier going. It smelled real funky down there." I said, "That means it's continuing to get wet."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Huh?" I went, "If the sheet," I said, does the sheetrock look like it's been ripped off like within the last year?" She goes, "No." I went, "Then that means this has happened multiple times,
Mhm.
and they keep the dehumidifier running." And she's like, "But I'm telling you, the people can say what they want about things, but over 20 some odd years of working on houses and doing electrical work and all the stuff that I've done and been part of, I can go ahead and just rule out let's just eliminate some possibilities here.
Mhm.
I mean, the rule of thumb, nobody's running a dehumidifier if they don't need it.
Right.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have a funky smell if there wasn't a reason to have a funky smell.
Mhm.
It wouldn't smell like mildew if it hasn't already went underwater once or a dozen times.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
And I didn't like
It's
the
process of elimination, people.
I didn't like the windows because it was those old timey crank windows.
Oh yeah, and it was cranked out windows. You know, like you'd see in Florida. It had like 4 single panes
Yeah.
that louver down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you do know that if y'all rented the house, I don't care how cheap the monthly rental fee is, you're gonna
Double it.
compensate on your heating and air.
Yeah. Heating, I don't know, but air, you're screwed.
Well, heating every time on a cold winter day, every time the wind blew, you're going to get a breeze through your house.
Mhm. And it had
Kinda
an
like a-
attic fan.
Kind of like a breeze up your skirt.
You would have to have a huge metal fire burning stove. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Mm.
I can dig it.
Because then that little draft coming in would be great to feed the wood burning stove.
There's nothing better than having a fireplace in the living room,
Yeah.
but having ice cold bedrooms.
Yes. But yeah, I've actually found that I can find a nicer sized home in
Mhm.
Newton County for the same price as a small home in Rockdale.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
that makes sense.
So I've been looking a lot in Newton
yeah,
because I also found out
you know, you can get.
I can take her to school as long as I can provide transportation for
Right.
her for school. I can move to Newton
Yeah.
and just drive her to school every day
yeah,
or use Scotty's address.
yeah. I was about to say if they don't, screw 'em. I'm so
It's a
sick of
joke.
that crap. But yeah, dude.
I just want her to graduate. I want her to be
Yeah.
able to graduate with her class.
That you know that you got shoot. Go to any school over here, any school, and in the morning just look at the freaking license plates on the cars
Yeah.
that are dropping kids off.
How about when me and me and Oz were doing the job fair?
Yep.
What I found? What I
What?
found was very funny is as we're standing there doing the job fair in Country Walk right there on Salem.
Mhm.
Oz was shaking hands, kissing babies.
What he does.
Looked over and started talking to this guy, and the guy was pointing to his truck, and Oz goes, "Oh, you're from Walton County?" He's like, "No, I live here. Been here about 3 years." And he goes, "Oh, well, your tax is Walton." He goes, and it's not like Oz was punking him out or what. Oz was just, "Oh, what said Walton?" Because he was trying to get a voter, you know. And the guy's like, "No, man, for legal reasons, I have to keep that thing registered in another county." And he was not a white country guy. I'm just using an accent to be dumb. and Oz was like, "Oh, I thought you lived here." "Oh, I do, but I have to keep it registered over there." But I'm like,
So
we're
I'm breaking the law.
So I said to Oz, "I'm going to quit filming this right now."
Yeah.
Because you're apparently hiding from something. So I just turned the camera off. There was no reason to film that anymore.
Oh, well, you know, in Newton County, they don't have trash service. You have to take it to the dump.
Yes, which is kind of nice at times.
Yeah.
Except, did y'all see what happened at the dump in Newton County? We'll talk about that in a second. That's funny.
Because I'm wondering if that's the same thing that I'm fixing to bring up.
I don't know. Are you?
The dump was closed.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just totally changed the subject then.
That's it.
Well, no, the dump was closed, so everybody.
No, I got you, but you just went from renting houses to the dump, squirrel.
Squirrel.
That's why I said I would talk about it after you were done with the houses. So you're done with.
Yes, I'm done
Okay.
with the house.
Do you know where the Pink Panther takes his garbage?
No.
To the dump.
You've ruined it,
Steph. Okay.
Okay, so now on to other stuff
so-
about the dump.
As I was driving around yesterday looking at
Air high five.
Air smacking. There's some air bitch slapping going on in the studio this morning.
as I was driving around, I happened to drive down Browns Bridge
Not a good idea.
past the dump there. The dump, of course, was closed because of the holidays. Well, there was like 3 Newton County officers with their lights going, and I'm like, what's going on over there? And as as I get to the road, people had taken their trash and dumped it.
Well, because they went to the dump.
Yeah, and they
And the dump
it was
wasn't
closed,
open.
so it's all in the road, and it was it was pretty crazy.
Here's the thing. Holy cow, look at the picture that just popped up on my Instagram. Here's the thing.
Dang.
Is the day after Christmas. The day
wow.
after Christmas. Would you not assume that you needed to have somebody there?
Yeah.
It was a Saturday. It's always open on Saturday.
Sorry, Mike.
But did you see the
Jesus Christ. I can't believe it wasn't open.
I think it's
know.
funny that there's 2 things that everybody knows me by. Shut up, Mike, and Saturday.
Yeah, your Saturday has become.
But the trash that was stacked up. I don't know about you guys. Got a lot of friends in that area, and they were all posting on Facebook. And then not only were people posting, "Hey, why are you closed?" There's just so much trash this time of the year for the holidays. But then you had the other people that were going after the people that were leaving their trash out there.
And then
And
Conyers.
it was getting mean.
But the catch is, I know everybody has 2 sides. Everybody has their different opinion. Who should you be mad at?
the people that didn't open up the damn dump.
Because as the taxpayer, I've already loaded this stinky crap up in my car.
Yes.
I've already driven it down there, and you don't have the doors open.
But
Who is in the wrong here?
Yeah, because also you've got to look at, they had every right to be able to spend time with their family on the holidays.
Wait, who has every right?
The people running the dump.
Somebody gets paid extra for working that day if you want to consider it holiday pay.
Oh, yeah,
You give somebody the option of working.
Yeah,
I had a guy that knocked on my friggin' door on Christmas Day and said, "Hey man, I'll rake those wet leaves up." I said, "What are you gonna charge me?" And he told me, and then he told me a situation. I said, "Go for it, dude."
Well, that's like my brother.
If you're willing to work on Christmas Day because you need the money, then I'm not gonna fault you.
That's what.
And I even paid a couple more dollars than what I normally would for somebody to rake a yard. But the thing is so you're looking at it. Okay, so Steph's taking the defense instead of the offense here.
Mm-hmm.
You believe this, whoever runs it had a right to stay home.
If they had a family, like my brother.
Who cares? Who cares if they had a family? If they have a job and they're given the option to work, it's up to them if they want to work. But you just tell the next guy, do you want to work? Somebody's going to get paid.
Yeah, and it depends on if they pay holiday pay or not. Because some companies
don't matter. It don't matter if they pay holiday pay or not. If you want a job, this is what the job is.
Yeah, like my brother, he had to work.
I mean, it's a
Christmas
double-edged
Day.
sword. I'm being the asshole right now to be the offensive here.
Cops, firemen, medical people, they all work on
Well,
holidays.
he's my brother is a dispatcher for a trucking company, so
He probably works on
Okay,
holidays.
and here's
yeah, he works
here's
Christmas.
there were no signs posted saying that it was going to be closed for 4 days.
Right.
Also, those guys that sit at the dump don't get paid.
What? Huh. So why
So then why the hell would they sit there?
yeah. If they don't get paid, that doesn't make
That doesn't make any
That doesn't make
sense.
sense.
That don't make sense at all.
and how do they know that they don't get
But
paid?
regardless, there was no signs saying that it was going to be closed. They should have had signs up weeks in advance if
Yeah.
that's what they were going to do, because
Yeah.
people that live in Newton County, they have to go to the dump. They have to.
Yeah, because there's no trash
Yeah,
service.
what happened to
Hold
the,
on, I got
community
from somebody going, I had to work. The trash guys can work, and yes, they do get paid. So I just got that.
I thought they did get paid.
Yeah, I
'cause
thought they did
remember.
too.
Yeah, I mean they'll take a couple bucks on the side too.
Only
Yeah,
if you
if you
throw
take
away
s-
tires or whatever.
Yeah,
There's
if
stuff
you
with
take something
nails
you're
in
not
it.
You know what I
supposed to-
like? I like going down to the one on Dial Mill,
Mm-hmm.
because the one on Dial Mill is set up on a hill for your metal stuff. Because I used to just pull up and roll the water heaters right off the trailer, right down into the big metal trash can, man. That thing was awesome.
Shoot, I'd have taken them to the scrapyard.
Steph, let me explain.
little bit of money
let me
off of 'em.
let me explain some. Because we're on two sides of the fence here.
Okay.
Okay. How much money am I going to get scrapping a water heater?
I don't know. It depends on how heavy it is.
Just give me a ballpark idea.
$15, $20.
Okay. So you want me
Maybe.
as a construction worker who has a crew of 6 guys, you want me to just have 6 guys riding around in my truck that I'm having to pay by the hour to go try to make $15, or just say we're swinging by there real quick and throwing that in the garbage?
Swinging by there real quick and throwing it in the garbage.
We're working down on a big horse farm that's down there over behind Glenda's, remodeling stuff, and we're having to go to Home Depot and on 138 Conyers. It's easier for me to swing in, dump it, swing out. My cash was worth more than $15. My hourly, just Fun Radio.
First off, read the text right. It said there were signs posted saying that the dump.
We are not going to have hostile callers.
Wow.
So, how about
Wow.
them trees? What was your
No,
best,
he'll call back,
What was
or
your
I'll
best
call him back.
Christmas present that you got this
But
Christmas?
we're not going to have an ace hole wanting to pick on the dyslexic guy. Read the post right. You're not Abby. You're not going to get away with talking to people like that.
Ooh. So what-
Shit, Lisa's a short little blonde that gets away with it.
So, what was your best Christmas present that you got this
Mine?
Christmas?
My kids.
Zaylee.
Aw.
Oh, I want some brownie points on that one. Here, let me call this snorter back real quick.
All right, while you're doing that, I'll tell you. Right.
Snorter.
My kids got me the entire collection of James Bond.
Oh, the entire collection.
Entire collection, every movie.
Cool.
Yeah.
How many is there, like-
dun.
20.
We're calling the Just for Fun traffic reporter. How is our eye in the sky?
What I was trying to tell you was that
We don't
the
care.
signs were posted, and the guys that I've talked to that work there or that are sitting there or whatever do not get paid by Newton County to sit there.
So why are they there?
Those old guys are there because they have nothing else better to do.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I asked them how much they got paid to sit there, because my ex-father-in-law, who was retired, was looking for something to do. So I was like, and there's one right there at his house. I'm like, how much y'all get paid to do this? He goes, we don't get paid to do this. He said, we do it because we want to. And
Wow.
I said, that's why we can show up and open the gates when we want to.
Well, there's gonna be a big stink, and I don't mean no jokes behind that. There's gonna be a big stink. I was gonna say come Monday morning, which we are sitting at Monday morning. There will be somebody asking questions from here on out.
That's funny.
Because
Right, because
as
the
a
one
citizen, you should have the right to just drive down to the dump and dump.
To the dump, to the dump, to the
Right.
dump, dump, dump.
And considering it wasn't, go ahead.
The one I was gonna say, the one off of Oak Hill, there wasn't no trash dumped in front of it, but the one off of McGivney, you couldn't get in the entrance or the exit
It was
because
packed
there
up.
was
Yeah, I've
so
seen
many
the pictures.
bags dumped.
It was stacked pretty damn high too.
That's the way it was on Browns Bridge.
Browns Bridge was big.
That was all.
And that location, I got a caller right now saying that guy might not get paid, but she knows for a fact that one of them gets paid. That she knows for a fact one of them get paid. And I know the dude at Dial Mill, he used to get paid because I made the comment about how much crap he'd take home. He said, "Dude, they'd fire me if I took any of this crap."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So maybe there's just a situational thing. I don't know, but I'm not gonna argue that because I really don't care if they're getting paid or not. That's not the argument. The argument is, as a citizen, I can understand it not being open on Christmas Day, but anybody with any common sense would tell you the day after Christmas and it being a Saturday, which I'm sure most people that work Friday, get off Friday, their wives are saying, don't forget tomorrow, you got to haul the stuff off. So
And
with it being just a Saturday period, not counting the day after Christmas, I mean, I'm sure that people had some truckloads of dump.
Heck yeah, big boxes and everything.
Because I made the
kids.
same comment. I was like, how in the world did people go through that much trash in just 2 days?
But you know it's
And I
not
was
just 2
informed.
days, you
It's a
know?
holiday.
No, what I'm saying was I was informed that the dump wasn't just closed for 2 days; it was closed for 4 days. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Wow.
oh, that makes a big difference.
But even if it wasn't closed for 4 days, think about this. You just made the comment a week ago about a truck, and you're like, yeah, I need one just to haul off trash. So you would probably put trash all week long in the back of this truck, and then on your day off, you would probably go drive up there and dump it. So if your day off would be Saturday, like say 80 some odd % of the people that live in Newton County, Saturday morning, they all wake up. The husbands are getting fussed at. They're getting told take all the rest of the trash from inside the living room and the garbage bags in the garage and go put them in the truck and get on down there to the dump and be back by lunch. And guess what?
True.
I mean, you just got to look at the
I got to go clock in for work.
tenfold. Good buddy. See you later.
Yeah. Protect and serve.
Bye.
Protect and serve. Dun, 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 dun.
So yeah, just the common sense factor plays into account. You got to think on an average, how many people go to the dump on Saturday morning? I mean, dude, I have an uncle that he's deceased now, but after he retired, every morning he was at the freaking Waffle House. Just sit there with all the other old guys in Lithonia, just to sit there and have coffee.
the one right there off of Evansville.
Yeah. So for
Shut up.
years, that's where they were every morning. And you know what he did every Saturday morning? He hauled crap to the dump. That's what he did. That was their thing, man.
Hey, look, when you get old and you're retired, you kind of like the routine, man.
Yeah, he kind of collected junk. And then the junk that he couldn't sell, he'd haul to the dump on Saturdays. And you know what? He'd bring home more junk from the
Yeah.
landfill.
Now, isn't this cool too? Because you know those guys that buy storage rooms, you know, the little,
Yeah.
these guys, you know, it really never dawned on me, but yeah, they open them up and they find some cool stuff. But
Mhm.
everything else that is of usable, and it's usable generally
Yeah.
because people are storing
They
it,
can sell it.
they can pawn it.
That's
They got
right.
Brown
Yeah.
Kid Pawn Shop and
Like,
sell it. Yeah.
I have a neighbor. That's what he does. And
Chris?
no.
Oh, okay. Remember Big Chris from the bowling center?
Go back to the neighbor.
And-
Forget about Chris for a second.
Well,
Go
no,
back to the
he
neighbor.
does that. He
But I have
I
a
wasn't trying to
neighbor-
correct you. I just want to stay on.
Oh, no, you're
the-
correcting me.
I was
sir.
wanting to stay.
Hey!
No. Do you know what you were fixing to do?
Hey!
You were fixing. You're an asshole. You were fixing to cause her to get in some long conversation about somebody from a bowling alley instead of what she was talking about. We're going to commercial. We'll be right back.
Hey,
I'm gonna kill him.
let me.
We'll be right back.
What are you going to do now?
I should be able to interject. I got one too.
Yeah. Freaking. Ashley, get over it.
Ashley
I got
wants one.
I just knew you were fixing her going. Well, which Chris you talking about? Was that what year was that? Just throw it on top.
Yeah,
But
because
it's so easy
now
to
I'm not
drag her
gonna
out.
be able to say it because we went to commercial.
you know when you two get going, you got to get quicker, Stephanie. Because
No, you interrupt.
you'll go like this. You'll go.
I was trying to, then you interrupted.
No, but you remember Chris, right? Big Chris, he was married to the girl. They split up. What? Well, yeah.
The words that you can't say on public radio.
Okay. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Because now you can say the PUSSY.
Yeah.
Yeah, on national TV.
Yeah, but I mean you can say it on the radio now.
Where are you going? What are you doing? Stop.
So see if you can find a list of words that you can say now versus what you can't say.
It'd probably be easier to find out what you can say, wouldn't it?
Can't?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Find what you can't say. Go lay down. You're still in timeout.
On public radio
Well, not public radio.
or just radio?
Radio, period.
Yeah, because
I would just love to hear what you can't say so that we'll know what we can say.
okay. So we're talking about what
Because
the FCC block.
yeah, because I know a few people that are not happy with some of the words we say. Well, if regular radio's saying these words, then why are you mad at me?
And FCC.gov, man, that's probably the best place to look. I was on FAA.gov just looking up something about. But okay, the dam over there, Jackson Lake.
Yes.
He flew his drone over the dam. To
Ooh,
show the
that's
water.
by Georgia Power. Day.
Oh my God, power, man. That can make him. So I'm telling my nephew, hey, look, tell him to take that thing off the freaking
Get rid of the
Facebook.
video. Get rid of all evidence.
And he's like, why? And I'm like, well, okay.
Well,
look.
my eyes.
Yeah.
What's that?
Because I registered.
That's fine.
I've got my
Let's
own
bring
number
that up when we get back.
because it's about to get out of control. It really is. The
AKA Jump did a mystery machine, and look what he started with, and look what he ended up with.
oh, cool.
This is
I
the
want
guy
it.
that made the Batman cars and all that stuff. We used to call.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we did. And
Why
we
don't
were
you send him
supposed
a
to.
message?
We were supposed to go down there and get some pictures.
Do you
made.
know? Do you
Yeah,
have
because
him?
I was the one that
Do
found
you
him.
know where you're going? Hey, he
Yes, I
married,
have him. Yes,
he married-
yes, I
You
have
see
him.
where I'm going.
Yes.
He married Kitty, the bartender.
Look, Mater golf carts.
Oh, cool.
That's what I want.
That'd be fun.
If we're gonna
Hell
go,
yeah.
we're gonna go to a golfing event, or not a golfing event, but any event. It'd be great to have a just for fun Mater.
Zay's up.
Not here. Okay, it doesn't. The FCC doesn't really say what words you can't, but it does give you, a very, very broad.
Look, Batman golf cart. The Michael Keaton.
Oh, cool.
Go ahead. It gives you what?
It basically they refer to it as a 3-pronged test.
Which is
An average person applying contemporary community standards must find the material as a whole appeals to a prurient interest.
so. In other words, there's no definition.
The material must depict or describe in a patently offensive way sexual conduct specifically defined by applicable law, or the material taken as a whole must lack serious literacy, artistic, political, or scientific value.
So there's nothing.
There's not a yeah, it's all
Just see if there's go to just a regular Yahoo.
there's 7
search.
words. Yeah, there's
Well, is that the George Carlin 7 words?
Well,
or
All
the
right, we're going
actual-
live. I've asked Mike to pull up the words that are not allowed to be said on regular AM/FM radio.
Well,
Who
like,
the FCC regulates, which they do not regulate what we do.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope.
And until they do, we'll be running pirate radio,
Yep.
outlaw radio, underground radio.
So before we went to the
But
break,
then if they do try to regulate it, it's going to really screw up.
see, I've never. My neighbor.
Because I'm talking and I'm more important than you.
Well, you stop.
It has my name on it. It doesn't have your name on it. You couldn't read it if it did.
Yes, I could. I'm not the one that's dyslexic.
Keep going. Whatever the hell you thought you were going to say, that would be too funny. So before we went to break, what?
I have a neighbor that actually goes and buys the storage unit, and he'll turn around and he'll have yard sales every weekend. Off of
There's
the
there's
stuff
the
that-
guy on 138 that does that, by the way.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he does taxidermy too. Keep
Well-
going. And when across from the fire station on Salem Road, that's what that guy's doing.
Well, he
Every week he's got a yard sale.
yeah, and there's some of the storages that the storage units that he pays like $10-15 for,
Right.
Yeah.
then turns around and off that storage unit can make anywhere from $250 to, I think one thing he got out of there, he actually made like $1,000 off of it. It was an old Coke machine.
My problem is you would have to already be established,
Yeah.
sort of, kinda, I guess you could say. Because what would suck is if you bought one and it was just full of garbage, you would have to
Which he's done.
you would have to have time to clean it out without costing you money to clean it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
In other
what,
words,
though?
you'd have to take away from whatever you're doing to make dollars to clean it out. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think too, across the board, if people are storing it, it's
Mhm.
probably worth something. I mean,
Yeah.
not just sentimental, but it's probably
Something.
something. you
Yeah,
know?
like I can't remember exactly what the gun was, but he bought a storage unit that had a gun in it. It was some kind of rifle.
Mhm.
He made $750 off the
Yeah.
rifle alone.
The pro.
All right, on the Just for Fun Radio Facebook page, I just posted the 68 words you cannot say on TV.
Okay.
All right, so and then there's the seven deadly words you can't say. I'll post those as well.
And
Okay.
that's the
And
ones that
in a few
George-
seconds, are you going to be willing to read them?
Yeah, I don't
And you'll
mind.
have to do word substitute.
The 68
You know what I'm
word-
saying?
Yeah, the 68 words. When you read that list, and I just put it on Just for Fun Facebook. When you read that list, you're going to be like, well, we violate that. We
Oh,
violate,
yeah.
70 of the 68 words.
If we're lucky, we need to
Yeah.
aim for all of them.
We can. It's a,
By the
Wow.
time we say the end of the show, we've violated them all.
I like
Yeah,
to think
because
we have.
I pulled it up.
68
and-
words you can't
wow.
say on TV. How about the face that's on there is Whoopi Goldberg?
Shoot.
Okay. Number one word you can't say on Just Fun Radio. Whoopi Goldberg.
Shit,
What's wrong with Hershey Highway? What is that?
boy.
Because that's
Okay.
on there.
Okay, hold on. Let's finish. Let's finish with your
Oh,
cleaning out the closets story. So
Oh, actually, I didn't get started on that, but anyways, because I was cleaning out the closet. and
I'm
found
not
some
talking
awesome
about your
stuff.
closet reject. I'm talking about the storage buildings. But go into your cleaning out the closet.
Well, I've got
Squirrel!
I've got to move. So I was cleaning out the closets, and not only did I find a couple of boxes of NASCAR cards, I found a set of headphones that my grandfather gave me.
And why didn't you bring them in?
I forgot them. I was
Forgot them.
yeah, because I want you to look at them. I was going to, but I forgot
I
them
like
because
how
I
she
was
says that.
Man.
I'm writing it down.
Look, this has been a bad weekend. Not only did I have stuff going on with my house, and here's a plug for Rob's
And your-
performance, by the way.
and your-
Ding, ding, ding.
Here, hit it.
Ding, 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 ding,
Hold on.
ding.
Okay.
I'm driving the van yesterday. All of a sudden, I have no blinkers. I
Were you heading
Shut
to the
up,
Hershey
Mike.
Highway? You don't have to have blinkers on the Hershey Highway.
well,
Come on.
seriously, I have the hazard lights, but I have no blinkers. My blinkers aren't working. So Rob, if you're listening, Tubby, if you're listening, whatever, what could that be?
Fuse.
I checked the fuses. The fuses are fine.
So you know
I'm-
how to solve this?
but whatever
Wait.
it is, I got to go see
Thank you.
Gene
That-
at White Brothers to get the part.
Well, you if you go to Rob's, you're probably gonna get the part from them anyways. But you need to go up there and let them look at it.
Well, I drove the Blazer, which before I got in the Blazer, I had to kill ants. So it's just been a bad week.
Well, then that means we need an exterminator, not Rob's
Wow.
Yeah, we do need an exterminator as a
of a sponsor.
sponsor.
Yeah.
Well,
but-
I did. You know what? I can find. I know somebody who might do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
But I sprayed ant spray in there. So, but okay.
how did we go from storage buildings to cleaning out the closet to Rob's?
No,
you
Rob's
said-
performance for all your automotive
you
needs.
asked,
Well-
you asked why didn't I bring it, and that's why.
We're
because
not
my
letting you
morning was
lead any
busy.
more subjects. You only need to chime in on subjects.
But anyways, yes, I was cleaning out my closet, and I found
Mike's just giggling.
I found
If
that-
anybody besides us can keep up with this, please
Miser.
notify me. Please let me know.
I had 3 cups of coffee this morning, so now it's kicked in. So now I'm. Anyways, but yes, I found the headphones. I found the NASCAR cards, and I found my uncle who was in the first Desert Storm. He had
You
brought
found your uncle?
back, he had brought back some
About time.
binoculars. So and
How long was he lost? Is it POW?
well, he's passed away now. But anyways,
So you found him on the other side.
yeah, I found him on the other side. I found a set of binoculars that he had brought, and I meant to bring those 2 to have Mike look at them to see if he could.
Please write this down. We're gonna start
No.
calling these High Mondays.
Three
You were like
three
this last
coffee
Monday, by the way. Here I was. You used to come in drab on Mondays. Whatever you're doing now on Sunday nights, keep doing it.
No, actually, it's Monday mornings. I get up and drink 3 cups of coffee.
Whatever. I don't care. Okay, let's go to.
I do cocaine.
Is
But
any-
anyways, okay. So what is Hershey Highway?
Shut up.
Oh my
Hey,
Do you have the list of words you can't say?
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so follow, and then when I do this, Stephanie, that
Ta-da! Okay.
means it's your turn to say a word.
Okay.
Mike,
Can I say the first one? Because that's what you are.
No, you have to.
and you have to
substitute.
substitute all the words, and
Ace-hole.
everybody else has to remember. Okay, so number 1, is this in? Oh, this is an alphabetical order, so it's not in like a numeric number 1 word not to say.
No.
Okay. We're gonna have to figure out what.
That's
right.
funny.
All right, so Steph, you said the first one.
Ace hole.
Okay, Mike, you want the second one?
Something a drummer does.
I don't see that this is offensive.
Yeah. Why is that
Just say it.
offensive?
Beat off
How about the next one says blow?
as a sexual act.
Man, this blows, but
Yeah.
we say that.
Yeah.
Now BJ, we don't say BJ.
Right.
Mm-mm,
BS.
We don't say that.
mm-mm.
I don't know if bust a nut is bad or not. Camel jockey, I say way too much.
Why is that bad?
Well, that's a derogatory statement against people from the Middle East.
Stephanie, camel jockey is derogatory towards ragheads.
Oh boy.
So it's Muslims? Is that what you call
I
a
don't know.
Muslim?
No. Yeah.
The next one,
Yeah.
Doc.
Oh.
I can't believe you said that.
My God.
Sorry.
That's as bad as saying it's the lesbian here yet.
Oh, wow. Can I go home?
Chink, we know that one is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you know you call a fat Chinese,
Christ.
You say that a
As
lot.
That's
but it's as an exploitative.
so.
Like, you know.
And then there's one called a circle yank. I'm not going to say that exactly word. But
Slit. I said slit for the next one.
did I give you the hand signal for the
Oh.
next one? We were still
I thought
talking.
you were. 'cause
God,
you
man,
were-
Stephanie.
the instructions were so simple.
The next one is rooster, and that's not the word that we're going to call it.
Right.
The next one after that is CS, which I use a lot. And if you know what
Yes.
a rooster word substitute is,
Rooster lollipop.
and you understand why I say CS, the next one is describing a furry animal with bandit eyes that we try not to use.
A raccoon.
The next one's coochie. We've said that
Yeah. Because
Uh,
we use that to
describe stuff.
yeah.
Cream in a sexual content. I don't know that we've ever discussed cream in a sexual
But
content.
Prince has a
shape-
song that
Or,
says it.
whipped cream.
The next one is
Yeah.
one that we just aren't even going to use.
Yeah.
The next one is see you in Tahiti,
Right.
which
Alex.
we yes.
Yeah.
That's me. Number
Dago?
20. Yeah, that's Italian.
What is that?
Dago.
Okay.
It's not really, you know what? It's derogatory because people just want to throw it on the list, but Italians have no problem calling
Okay.
each other
So it's
Dagos.
supposed to be an insult to call an
And-
Italian a Dago?
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
the next one is Deke,
You Dago.
Yeah.
and
You know
meaning.
You know how when I
Meaning-
get a flat tire? They go wop, 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 wop.
Oh my God! Shut up. Dirty Sanchez.
What is that? What is that?
It's a thing.
A hairy
Um,
pig.
Wolf Wolf style.
The only way I can use this word. So if I'm talking about Snoop Dogg and the Doggy Style,
What? Yeah, we're banned.
and then Dick Van Dyke, keyword is not Dick Van.
Matt-
The cigarette name.
In England?
We just
In
we
England?
just gotta. There's a few of these we'll go ahead and skip over
A
because
pack of cigarettes in England.
Well,
yeah.
I was going to say
26.
maggot
Um
because that rhymes with it.
GD. That's a
Oh, you
no-brainer.
You jumped.
I
Hey,
did
Oh, yeah.
because
wait.
I just stayed off the F's completely.
Yeah,
'cause-
number 30, Steph, has to do with the highway you were describing earlier.
Really, I'm not going to keep reading these
Oh.
because this is just getting ridiculous with some of the stupid words. Swallow,
What's a goop?
spick, taint.
What?
What's a goop?
Basically, that's what they refer to. The American soldiers refer to the Vietnamese and Laos.
So what's
Uh.
the other one you said that the 7?
Okay.
Did you find that?
Yeah, I got it right here. I didn't post it
Because
on
I wasn't
Facebook.
going. These were getting stupid, and there's 68 of them.
Yeah,
we would
what
be
is-
wasting time at that point.
What
I
is a
agree.
heeb though?
Let's just agree not
H-E-E-B?
to say Whoopi Goldberg because she's the biggest mistake.
Okay, the 7 words. Do you I obviously they're, and this is listed by the FCC. Okay, but there are some parameters. But you ready? You say it all the time.
Say what?
You say it all the time. Starts with an S.
Sheet.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so the word substitute for the white sheet on your bed, the word substitute, that word's not allowed by FCC
Yeah,
regulations.
you can't say KKK.
I didn't talk about
You
that.
said
either.
your sheet from your bed.
I
We
did, but-
all know it's got 2 little holes in it.
Whatever.
A little Grand Imperial Wizard or the Grand Poobah or whatever you
Oh
are.
my God.
Are you still affiliated?
Shut up. Would you
I'm
keep,
just saying, I got a press pass.
go back to your number 2 word.
I'm gonna say the number 6 word in a
The
second.
poo
Keep
word?
going.
The MF word. I'm
You
gonna-
gotta say the poo
I got a
word.
press pass.
Shut up. Keep going.
Okay, believe it or not, when you go tinkle, but it starts with a P. Piss.
So you're not allowed to say that by FCC regulations?
That's it. And then the F word. Okay.
Fudge.
Yep. And
Okay.
then see you in the
See
Alex.
you in Tahiti or see you
Alex.
next Tuesday.
Yeah.
You can't say that word.
What Steph said, the rooster lollipop. That man, that's just
So-
that's
so-
awesome, dude.
Listen, if I ever get mad, especially
That is
if you're
so funny.
if you're a female and I ever call you the see you in Tahiti word, just know that you mean less than poop on the bottom of my shoe. If I say that to you, you are equivalent, if not less, than the dirt that's stuck to the crap on the bottom of my shoe. And if I ever call you a CS, it's because I don't want to ever speak to you again.
I will
If I ever
never-
look at you and put my finger to your nose and call you a CS,
Uh-huh.
A rooster
You-
lollipop.
you'll be able to see in my eyes that
Uh-huh.
I mean every bit of hatred that's coming out of my mouth.
Well, you've done that to me like twice.
I've never called you that word. Did I?
Oh, I don't know.
I did. I was gonna say I don't
got a
remember
press
saying
pass.
that.
I don't care.
If I would have ever called you that, let me
Uh-huh.
tell you something. When I use that word
Uh-huh.
and the way I look at you and point at you when I use that word,
Uh-huh.
you'll never forgive me. My
Never-
ex-wife has looked at me several times and said, "You know what? Out of anything that ever happened between us," she said there was 2 phone calls. She says, "No matter how good of a guy you are now," she says, "I'll never forgive you for those 2 phone calls."
And it's
Oh.
because you said rooster lollipop
No, I'm not gonna go there.
or the sea in
It's-
Tahiti.
It's to see you in Tahiti
Oh,
and
yeah.
some other
Women
words
really
followed
don't.
behind
Yeah,
that.
women do not like that word. Boy.
So go on to your next one.
The next one is Redneck Steph's rooster lollipop, which I
Which
I
is
wrote it
CS.
down. I wrote it. That's great.
And
The
look,
other
I
one
just got a
is-
picture and says, "Does this help?" And it's a rooster and a big
Oh my
lollipop.
God,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Not sure, but this made me think of you.
Yeah. The next one is MFer.
Mother trucker.
Oh yeah,
And believe it or not, the last one is tits.
The last one is
Which-
boobs, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
tits.
Wow.
That's
Mhm.
crazy.
And you're not
Wow.
allowed to say tits on the radio.
No. Now here's the
Okay,
thing.
I'm not going to say it again because we're 912, but you're not allowed to say boobs on the radio like that.
Well, yeah. But here's the deal. Hold on a second.
I do
because-
apologize if because we are at 912 and I don't
I mean,
want
we're
to take
not-
a chance of a business.
Yeah, we're not
you know.
trying to offend.
We're not trying to
anybody.
offend anybody. We're just reporting what is not allowed. So
Okay, now see, the FCC's got some stipulations, and probably the third stipulation basically sums it up the best. The material taken as a whole must lack serious literary, artistic.
all words to hang up on. You hang up on that one
Yeah.
as you, go ahead. I'm not
I-
laughing at you,
I
but
took Italian in night school and got a D. The material taken as a whole must lack serious literacy, artistic, political, or scientific value. So that's what the Supreme
our
Court.
whole show lacks that.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
And if
absolutely.
Steph comes in on a Monday, it really lacks that.
I gotta tell you that I'm kind of proud of the fact that we don't meet any of those.
Yeah.
I
'cause
the-
that makes
Well,
us
my
better.
whole my whole goal is to be what radio isn't anymore.
well, I mean that's what a year ago or so when I first contacted you. Basically, I read some stuff about the show and about the radio station, and the big thing was that you could say what was on your mind. You could
Mhm.
you could exercise those constitutional rights.
And I've always been very proud to exercise that until the government figures out a way to shut me up.
Yeah. Well, you got a little PC earlier this year.
Well, because I was trying to grow,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but then it started making me realize that all the people that truly loved what we were doing loved
Yeah.
us for what we are,
Yeah.
not what we were trying to be.
It was hard. It's hard, I think, because we've drawn these people. We've drawn Redneck Steph, myself, D, you, and some others, but we're not conformists. We don't play by the
Well,
rules.
and I think
We
that's
never
that's
have,
why
you know.
we are proud. Vote who you want to vote for president, but I think what we are proud about Trump is Trump's just
Yeah, he
speaking his mind, which is what America was founded on. America was
Mhm.
founded on the fact that, and people, okay, go ahead and try to tell me I'm wrong,
Mhm.
but people wanted to come here to have freedoms.
I mean, did you realize what they sacrificed to come here to have those freedoms?
Do you know how many people died on that boat to get here?
Jeez. I mean, my grandfather stowed away with two other guys at 19 years old from Sicily on a boat with no passport, no papers, no nothing, no money, no food.
Right.
Came all the way into Canada, worked his way down into New York to work. And he was washing dishes and
Right.
stuff like that. So, I mean, and look at us. I get pissed off when the freaking convenience stores out of Blue Monsters.
Yes.
It just so,
And imagine having to work in sweatshops back then.
yeah. So,
And that was normal. Now that's called a sweatshop, but that was normal back then.
that was a job.
A dollar a day.
That was a job, and like my nephew on my ex-wife's side there, he went to the school to be a Harley Davidson mechanic, and he's getting things all straightened out, but right now he's working at Mickey D's and he's in their management program. He was at the movie with us last night, and I looked at him. He's like, yeah, I got to get to work first thing in the morning. These people freaking treat me like crap and all that other stuff. I said, dude, you have a job.
Be glad you
Mhm.
got one.
I don't care
Making
where you're
good
working.
money
I started
as a
watching that-
manager.
Yeah. I said, I don't care where you're working. I don't care what you're doing. If you're showing up every day and you're putting up with somebody else's she-hot, because that's the way it is in the working world now,
That's right.
Mhm.
because everybody is so, it's
They're worried about
ridiculous.
themselves
Yeah.
instead of
Yeah. That's why I can't get a job. I'm not trying to boast or anything else like that. But if I go into a job interview and I talk about my past, people go, I don't want to hire this dude. He's going to take my job,
Right.
And so, hey, I told him, I said, if you got a job, I'm proud of you.
Mhm.
Seriously, to go to work every day in this world that we currently live in, and some of the stuff he tells me about the people above him, it's just, you just look at him and go, wow. I mean, was third grade really that tough? I mean,
Right.
So
Yeah.
hey, it's the world we live in, but we've got to change it. The people like us,
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
And like
so-
I have one daughter that is a manager at Walgreens.
mhm.
I have another daughter that's
It's
a
not the hottie.
bartender.
That's not.
Can
your,
we?
Is that your daughter? down
No.
There's a
God,
hottie
stay
that
focused,
manages down
stay
here.
focused.
I am focused. She is hot. She's like all athletic and got tattoos. And then when she looks
if
at you,
it
she goes,
is my
"What?"
daughter that you're talking about, you know I'm gonna get his chopsticks and stab you in the eye.
No,
Hey.
believe me, this girl's hot. So it's not your daughter.
Excuse me, I remember one of my daughters that you seen and you were like, golly.
I was saying golly because I couldn't believe what she was wearing too.
But
her-
you were drooling.
No, that wasn't drool. Her boobs were as big as my head, and she's wearing this top, and every time she bounced, they bounced, and I'm thinking, holy cow, did y'all let her leave the house dressed like this?
Once they are
Do you
on
hear
their
Steph
own-
stuttering?
Yeah, because
Steph was at a bike night, and her daughter was jumping up and down and doing stuff. It was like girls on trampoline.
Was it-
All you had to do was watch.
Wasn't one of the words coochie?
Just made me choke on spit. We got to go to commercial, y'all. We'll be right back.
Oh God, that was funny. Damn side started hurt from that one.
And Denise said that when she scared you with the taser, that you called her a CS.
Did I? On air?
The microphones were on.
Well, then that would be on air, Stephanie.
Yeah. But we were on.
Right.
This
We
whole
were
radio
on
thing's a little
commercial
confusing.
break.
This whole thing is just like way too confusing.
No, it's not.
I like the hand signal thing. I thought you gave me the signal. There's one fucking thing you got to remember.
He was sitting there
The
doing
one
that.
thing you got to remember. Then I look at you and do that. When we come back, bring that up. Like, just say that when we get back.
I know she's crazy.
That was so funny because then I do that.
One simple move, and you blew it. Oh God, that was fun.
You weren't supposed to use the word
Yeah, you
blue
weren't supposed to use God.
or it.
Wow. Can you imagine?
We need to start like playing
Damn, I
that
forgot
game.
the God.
Yeah, really.
You just start talking like normal, and one of us go, you can't say that.
That'll
Wrong.
be a nickel.
This just in on Just for Fun Radio. So we was at the store, and we went and had to keep stuff.
Oh, where did these come from?
I don't know.
The
what
Would You Rather board game card?
Oh. Hey, have you played that Crimes Against Humanity? You know, you haven't played it? I'm trying to find somebody who's played it, see if it really is worth me going.
But anyway, you didn't get to finish what your kids got you for Christmas. That when I had asked
James
that.
Bond.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Yeah,
Duh.
James Bond. I opened that present up, my eyes teared up because they know I'm just a
You would love my dad's bathroom then.
really. I am a diehard. I don't talk about it. I'm a closet James Bond fan, but
Yeah.
ever since I was a little kid,
You're not close. Nothing.
He's got an old picture hanging
I'm a
in there.
walking closet.
He's got a
Jesus
picture.
Christ. I wondered where those were.
He's got a picture in there of Sean Connery when in one of the James Bond films where he's dressed in a white tuxedo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he's got that
Yeah.
hanging in his, and it, it's older.
Yeah.
He's got that in his bathroom. My dad loves John Wayne and
We
Bond.
watched The Shooter yesterday during the day. That was
the
last-
shootist.
The
The
Shooter.
very,
That
yeah,
was
the
last
one.
he made.
You know, that is my favorite John Wayne movie, and you know that in the movie, his birthday is the same as mine,
Really?
January
Cool.
29th.
Yeah.
Because hey, that makes it stick out to me because
In
Hey,
Kill
look, I
Bill,
kind of use it. It's a little cockeyed, but still
oh, I would be scared to death.
in Kill Bill,
Well, it can't fall out.
the actor Michael Madsen,
Yes,
okay, is a bouncer in a strip joint.
yes.
When that movie came out, I was a bouncer in a strip joint, and his name is Michael S. Madsen. Oh, it's same as mine. Pretty
That's
cool, huh?
funny. Yeah,
I used to tell my kids all the time that was me.
that was you.
When War Games came up and his name came up, I said, "I told you guys," and they're like, "Dad, really?" I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That John. That is my favorite John Wayne.
Really?
movie, is the shootist. And it had Ron Howard in
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah. He was
and,
just a teenager.
Yeah.
Had Lauren Bancroft.
Yes.
And
I couldn't
as-
think of her name for the life
Yeah.
of me, but it just I just
It
love
was-
the movie.
It was a good John Wayne movie
Yes, it
because
was.
it just looked like and it just appeared to be the real John Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cool. Now
I just like Pale Rider by Clint Eastwood is my favorite.
That's definitely a top 10.
That's my favorite Clint Eastwood movie. It's Pale Rider,
Yeah.
and that's another one. James Bond or all the James Bonds, Clint Eastwood movies, John Wayne movies. My
Yeah.
dad loves.
Did you like the Dirty Harry movies with Clint Eastwood?
Eh,
Dirty Harry was a real badass, and he was just mean.
I
as
like
crap.
the Deadpool.
And I was about to say, then Deadpool came out, and it kind of skewed the lines.
Well, I liked the Deadpool because Guns N' Roses was in it.
remember,
Oh my
remember
God.
one of the last.
That's
Dirty
what
Harry movies?
I like the Deadpool because the remote control car. That scene,
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Remember the one of the last Dirty Harry movies where what's her name was in it, the blonde, and they end up getting in that real kinky, weird sex with the handcuffs and tying her up and all that other stuff. Man, that kind of ruined it.
And
How about the
love
one? How about the one where they got in the bus and they just blew the hell out of the bus? Golly, man!
I like the Any Which Way.
I wish they could
but-
redo.
That ruined
They were
Clint Eastwood
cheesies.
for a long time.
I wish
I
they would
know
take
it
and
did.
redo some of the Charles Bronson movies because I
Yeah.
didn't like Charles Bronson, but the movies were like intense.
Telephone and the
My
Death
grandfather
Wish movies.
thought those movies
Yeah.
were the best ever.
Telephone was one of the first movies to talk about domestic terrorism in our country. Do
What
you
was
remember
that
what the
one?
key words were to set off a sleeper
and you're
cell?
ugly, and your mother
Afghanistan,
ugly, and
banana
your
stand.
sister ugly. You just plain old
Huh.
When
ugly.
somebody'd say that to you, that's when you go back to your training.
What was that movie? It was a Charles Bronson movie. I don't think.
Shut up!
Or it might have been a Dirty Harry movie, but they were.
Pause for 1 second.
Shut up!
I got sound effects now.
Cool.
And we're still on that stupid freaking analog board instead of a
You suck.
And we're not
Yeah,
on the Mac yet
jackass.
either.
We need to see if any of these. I'm going to turn these on in a second. Anybody on video that's watching, let me know if these sound effects are coming out good or not.
Completely ignored
Oh, it's a dolphin. Flipper, flipper.
it.
I just think it's kind of cool. I mean, look at these, man. I saw this last night.
I see you've been playing with the video stuff, video editing.
Oh yeah, you like that? Here's what I hate: is when I'm making it, it's in 1080. When I save it, it's in 1080. When I'm loading it to Facebook, it drops. I read that it says it shouldn't, but it does.
Just think my stuff in 4K.
So my question is it because I'm loading from a pad to Facebook, or do I need to load from Safari instead of the app?
That's a good.
So I'm gonna go.
Let's try it.
So I'm gonna try it, and if it doesn't get any better, then it raises the question: do I need to load from a computer instead of a pad?
Let me know if that works.
What,
I'm
Safari?
interested. Yeah.
What sucks though, I can film with my phone and load from the app, and it does fine. It's all this video stuff that doesn't work. I don't know. We'll see what happens, everybody.
What happened was, and I have a funny story to tell about the about Christmas.
See, that's what we need when we're doing phone pranks.
Yeah, because that cat gets annoying.
That cat's way too loud.
Yeah.
I posted that picture with the press pass. I already got 21 likes. It's like less than an hour.
Mike found something. He's going down.
Oh,
Airstrike standing by.
I have a new.
We're gonna be dangerous with sound effects.
Look. Isn't that an awesome picture of her?
Hmm.
Isn't that
If
cool?
that's really her.
It is? Oh, yeah, it's her. You can see her bikini in it.
Yeah, that's not.
Isn't that awesome? That's her. Oh, what do you think? I got a fake one?
We're gonna be dangerous with sound effects.
Here we go.
Oh Lord, that was loud.
Damn. I'm looking around like, what? Freaking FCC.
Who is that one?
That's her sound effect.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had something to change.
oh man, here's Steph's.
Turn down. Bite me. Which that was not on the words that you cannot say, so I can still say that.
We're gonna be dangerous with sound effects. People are gonna be watching the show. Oh man, here we go. Steph got a new job. Never mind. I thought that was funny.
I couldn't hear it.
Wow, man, the rain is coming. It's never
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a phone prank. Try to see how these work.
I'm sorry.
What?
Birthday.
Who?
Heath.
Oh,
Self-destruct sequence activated.
yeah, who's gonna do that one?
that's what. Every time Steph
I
says
know.
something stupid, it'd be like,
All right, let's see who's gonna.
I'm gonna wear that one out.
Self-destruct sequence activated.
oh, every time Steph talks.
Does not compute.
I'm sorry, y'all. We're on commercial, and everybody listening just has to listen to all this.
What?
It didn't say it, did it?
It almost did. It sounded like.
All right, everybody, we're back, and I downloaded this new sound effect app,
And he's playing.
And he's
with
and
it.
I'm playing with it.
He's playing.
I mean, listen, dude. I mean, that's friggin' hilarious.
Oh, speaking of it having touchdown, the Falcons won this weekend. They beat the Carolina Panthers,
yeah.
who was undefeated. Is that the way you think of it?
That's what I think about it.
I don't think he's gonna be done playing for a while.
I don't either. But yeah, the kicker kicked a 54-yard field goal
Isn't that
to
amazing?
win.
Ooh, listen, this says Falcon Punch.
Falcon Punch! I hate you all so much!
Okay, go ahead. Sorry. I
Did
just
you
think this is kind of cool for some of the stuff we do.
Did you see it, Mike? Did you actually
No,
watch it?
no, I didn't watch the game.
But it was awesome. I mean, he still had a good 5 feet. That he
Isn't that
coulda went.
amazing? He can kick a field goal over half the field. Can you
Yeah.
imagine the scoring possibilities? What he just gave the coach as a weapon. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, and it was beautiful. I mean, it went right down the middle.
No, he's going to be expected to do it all the time now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it was his first one of his career. So
That's I don't know what the record is, but it's got to be close. I know the dude with the foot, the kind of the clubbed foot, was the one who held the record for a long time. It was back from the 70s. There was a kicker that had a clubbed foot, and
Did it make him kick better?
yeah, well, he held the record.
Did he
for the-
kick with the club foot?
I can't
Wow.
remember what his name was. Maybe I should look that up. But I'm
Maybe
busy looking
you
something
should.
I'm looking something else up.
I don't want to take John Stewart's words, but it's not necessarily the news. I mean, I think we need to start creating some more stuff like we used to. Remember, we used to have Mexican word of the day, redneck word of the day. We used to assign stuff to people
Yeah, but we're now we're so
backwards,
crazy, irresponsible.
stupid.
not necessarily the news.
I mean, Steph was asking about the Hershey Highway. I'm talking
And
about,
somebody that lives in Pennsylvania said, as long as you're up here driving, you can say Hershey Highway
well, you know what I didn't understand was
because it's Hershey, Pennsylvania.
we were supposed to be doing like,
Stephanie, why did you
word
look at me
association.
like you're stupid? I mean, like I was stupid. Why did
No,
you give
I
me a
was-
stupid look?
Because that's my face.
Hey, stop looking at me stupid.
It's Hershey, Pennsylvania. Duh.
No,
I just got
I
I
didn't
just got Denise saying you and those sounds.
God. Stop looking at me.
Dempsey is the kicker.
Dempsey, that's it. Yep. That's absolutely right. Sorry, I couldn't think of it.
I need a duh button for Denise. There isn't one.
Oh God.
Make one.
Hold on. This is for Denise though. Every time she does a duh moment, we're gonna go.
You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Or Mike.
Shut up.
Ooh, here's a duh. Here's a duh.
Duh.
Oh, yeah, that'll work. That'll work.
Duh.
Niece.
Winning.
Oh, it's Charlie Sheen too.
Oh, so it's got AIDS.
HIV.
Man, somebody got paid to do that. It's freaking nuts, man.
Wow.
And that is so crazy.
Oh my God.
Crazy. So, Scotty, we heard what Mike's favorite Christmas present was. So, what was yours?
You're
best?
looking at it, man. I got the iPad Pro, baby. Did you not see my picture of the evolution of the Apple at my house? Watch this picture. How did you go by? How did you miss this? How did you not see this? What it does is I took a picture of everything that we owned, right? Except for my Mac Mini, but it's not a phone or a tablet. But
Huh?
what I did was I took a picture of the i5, which because I don't have an i4, or do I?
don't
You
know.
used to.
Yes.
I got a text.
Yes, I have a
message.
4S.
Yeah.
You got a text message what?
I got a text message that says, "Tell Scotty to check YouTube comments." So just letting you know.
Uh-oh.
I'll have to figure it
Yeah,
out.
I
We
don't.
have
yeah.
bad.
I don't know.
comments?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll check
So,
it because I
okay.
can pull it straight up.
Yeah, I can't get to it on mine.
Oh,
Man, I
think
can't find
can
the
pull it
picture, but
up.
I have. Oh, there we go. Look at this picture.
Oh, cool.
The evolution of the 4S,
Oh, wow. That's cool.
the 4S to the 5 to the 6 to the 6 Plus to the iPad 1,
Yeah.
or excuse me, iPad 2 to the Air 1
Yeah.
to the iPad Pro. So
You're
evolution.
looking at what? $2,000, $3,000 worth of
Jesus
electronics.
Christ!
Isn't
don't,
that crazy?
Don't do that. Don't
Yeah,
make
that'll
it, don't
make
make it
your
out
head
like that.
That'll make your head hurt. I'm telling you. So there was comments. I don't even know how to post a comment on YouTube. So
So let's see.
is there a bad comment? I hope it's not a bad
Oh,
comment.
it just says, "What do you call a 3-humped camel pregnant? They work. They're great." I don't know.
Okay, so if he's
Okay.
listening, I'll
that new
say,
movie. That
Okay.
new movie.
so listen. So I'm gonna say this because it's a rhyme or a riddle or something like that. So
It was in that movie, that cartoon that's coming out.
a 1-hump camel can go 3 days without water,
Uh
but one man can't go 3 days without one hump.
huh.
But
What can I throw?
but
at
I will
you?
call BS on that because after I got into my 40s, my amount of time of waiting
Wow.
has grown.
Wow.
But I don't think the same way.
Crystal, if there's anything I can do to help,
That
please.
testosterone, I got screwed up when I had surgery. My back surgery is what really messed me up.
Sure it did.
Sure, it was.
No, man, you don't realize for anybody that knows what a sciatic nerve is. Everybody thinks the sciatic nerve is just some made up
Yeah, it hurts.
chiropractor thing.
It
But
hurts
what
like
you
a
don't realize
bitch.
is all your nerves travel down your spinal cord, right? Your L5 disc happens to be exactly where they turn to go left to your left hip and down your thigh, right to your right hip and down your thigh. Your nerve actually travels down the back side of your buttocks and down the back side of your thigh. And then it goes all the way down the back side of your calf and gets to your ankle bone and travels on the outside around your foot to your toes. Because mine got destroyed during surgery, everything on my right side doesn't function right. The muscles. Now I still have feeling in my skin, but like I have what's called drop foot. I can't stand on my toes on my right foot because my foot I have no control of those muscles, which is why sometimes you'll see me fall upstairs because my foot rolls. That's how I twist my ankle, blah, blah. Well, the other thing too is a lot of things with your body changed due to the cutting of this nerve. Like bathroom, I don't go like most of you. Most of you people eat and go poop. I don't.
Oh, I thought you were talking about how you sit on the toilet.
What? You don't eat and go poop?
No, I have to eat a lot of fiber now because some of my nerves don't work right. A lot of stuff in my body doesn't work right due to nerve damage.
I thought you were talking about like the ruler of North Korea.
No.
Because they say he doesn't.
Me and my wife was talking about last night how, I have all the documentation
about not going poop
where I could go file for Social Security, and I should have done it years ago. But
you can do it online.
Yeah, but I felt that I was embarrassed to admit that I had these problems, and I didn't want to milk off the government.
You just told everybody in Radioland, a potential 7 billion listeners, you don't go poop.
No, I just said I don't poop like you.
Well,
I have
you don't
to, I
poop
have
like
to
me.
eat fiber pills and
Really?
yeah.
Not me.
No, man. My body's my body's screwed up, man. Nerve damage, dude. I got in that wreck, and it's very important if you ever get in a wreck, you go see a real doctor. Don't just go to a chiropractor.
Oh my God, chiropractors are real doctors.
I'm not. No, listen. My chiropractor should have seen my X-rays and saw that here's what's sad. He's supposed to be a doctor. I've seen my X-rays enough now that after going through surgeries, 2 surgeries, and after going through several MRIs, and after so many X-rays, I was able to look at my very first X-ray that he did, and even I can say I wouldn't have pushed on that back. Because if you think of your disc being 1 inch thick, you could see compared, if you looked at all my disc being 1 inch thick and then the L5 looked like it was 3 inches thick, he should have known right then and there he couldn't help me. He should have known at that point not to push on that disc because he was going to rupture my disc. He should have known better.
Yeah.
But
well, look,
I'm not saying they ain't doctors. I ain't saying that. But I'm just saying at that point, that X-ray should have.
Let me tell you something. No person's opinion of you, Scotty, should stop you from applying for Social Security. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I just didn't want to be that guy. I didn't.
You aren't that guy.
You know, I didn't want to be that guy.
No,
I felt as long as I could still get up and try to work.
Dude, you fall down how many times a day? Seriously, how many times do you lose your balance?
Do you really want to have this conversation?
I get. Well, last time you said that to me,
here it is. I'm laying all my cards on the table. I probably fall 5 or 6 times a day,
at least.
And if anybody notices here lately, people keep saying, "Scotty, I've never seen you in jeans." I've been saying it's because it got cold, but it's because I'm wearing boots.
Yeah.
And you can't really wear shorts with boots because you look a little weird. So
if anything,
I'm having to tie the boots up to hold my ankle because what happened last Easter is I rolled my ankle and my right knee and I dislocated my ankle and my knee. And because I feel skin, I feel you touching my skin, but I don't feel pain in my knees and joints. And I walked around on a dislocated ankle and a dislocated knee for 4 days. And now if you notice me in shorts, I have leg brace. I have a right knee brace on now.
Scotty, I can't tell you how many times, if anything gets in your way, just like the normal things in life, like you're walking and there's like a chair or something like that, and you got to kind of negotiate around it. You hit the wall, dude.
Well, I can't because I can't.
Yeah, you're always hitting the wall. Just when you went around there, you hit that cat.
If I have to move very slow or I fall.
Yeah. Because I know what you're going through.
I mean, I walked on a cane after surgery. After the second surgery, I walked on a cane for about 6 months until I just refused.
Yeah, that does.
I just refused to walk on a cane. Now, I did get accused of having this really cool cane because it looked good. The dude's like, dude, man.
To have a sword in it?
No, man. I had this gloss black cane with a chrome werewolf head. And he looked at me at this party. He goes, dude, do you really need that cane? Or are you like pimping it? And I went, how do you pimp a cane?
Man, it'd be so cool to have one with a sword.
I had one.
I've got a blue one.
It's just me. I didn't want to walk on a cane, you know.
And I got a blue one, and it's shaped like a question mark, and my kids love to make fun of me. And then here's the worst thing in the world. They're like, Dad, you're so old. And it's like, I'll beat the crap out of you with this thing. But here's the thing. It's got a little strap on it. And, man, I get dogged out pretty bad about that.
Well, and see, with me, because I don't show vulnerability a lot, like you know, I got messed up on a bike, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you didn't get messed up that bad. You didn't go to the hospital." It's because I didn't go to the damn hospital. Is why I'm so screwed up now,
dude.
Because I don't go to doctors. I don't go make a big deal out of myself. I don't go cry at a doctor every time my nose runs.
Well, yeah, but
to me, if I'm a little bit sick, I end up getting more sick going to hang out in the waiting room at the doctor's office.
I agree, but
or taking the antibiotics. That always happens to me. If I go to the doctor and get put on the antibiotics, I always end up getting sicker before I get better.
Do you really think it's from the antibiotics, Stephanie, or the fact that you sat in a waiting room with so many sick, nasty people?
I don't know. I always thought it was the antibiotics.
Yeah, because medicines are bad for you.
Hey, every time I get a flu, every time
do the hand signal. Do the hand signal.
Every time I get a flu shot, I get sick.
Stephanie, it's because the flu vaccination has the flu in it.
But people tell me that that's all in my head.
That's kind of like a holiday insult.
But people say that that's all in my head because the virus is dead and that there's no way that it can make you sick.
Yeah. That's what it is, Steph.
That reminded me of that.
You are a huge nerd.
Okay. I'm just playing with that. But you do realize that a lot of people have said that depending on people, because everybody takes medicine different. It works different on everybody. And people are saying a large percentage of the people that go to get the flu vaccination actually get sick because it's like anti-venom for a snake bite is still venom.
Shoot, when I got the H1N1 flu shot, that was the sickest I'd ever been.
Basically what it does is it's an injection that causes your immune system to build up to it before you actually get it. So there is a chance that you will get a little sick from the, but that's to build up your antibodies. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
you got to build that stuff up, or you do become successful to anything. Now, see what you're talking about, waiting in the doctor's office and stuff like that, buddy. There is so much stuff written about that.
You know, I went to go have. I think Doc was taking me that day for my shoulder and neck and stuff, and I walked out of the waiting room because everybody was sneezing and coughing. And
It's not
here's
right.
my problem: is if I'm going to go sit in a doctor's office, there should be a sick side and a not sick side. Don't
Yeah.
stick me in a room smaller than this studio with 30 sick people because I'm there because my neck hurts.
Well, the thing is, they do that at pediatric offices,
Oh boy.
pediatricians. Blah.
Oh,
So
and
if they
they
do
play
it-
with them toys.
But I mean, they do have a sick side and a well side. So why don't they have that for the adults?
You know, when I went to go see my dad was in a motorcycle wreck. Somebody had cut a corner trying to cut through a gas station instead of sitting at a red light, and they hit my dad. I ended up at Grady. He's back in the ER. Well, they're telling me, here's his jacket. You know, they cut his jacket off of him. They cut everything off of him, his clothes and stuff. They hand me his clothes, and they tell me go sit in the waiting room. Can I just tell you how absolutely disgusting sitting in Grady's ER
I
waiting room
bet.
is? I mean, there's bleeding, snot, throwing up,
Mhm.
puking.
Mhm.
I
and
can
I-
beat that.
I
Go
look
to-
hold on. I looked at the security guy and I said, I'm not sitting in there. So I went outside, and then outside the door is a smoking area. But I wasn't standing in the smoking area because it was absolutely disgusting. People have been spitting all over the place. There's cigarette butts everywhere. Everybody's standing there smoking. It was disgustingly nasty. So I walked out to this little grassy area. Security guard's like, you can't stand there. And I went, yeah, I'm going to. Well, I'm going to have to force you to leave. I went, yeah, good luck with that. My dad's in that ER, and I'm just not standing in these. Me and him got in an argument. I'm like, I'm not sitting in there with these nasty, sick effers, because if I'm not sick, I will be. I'm not standing over there with them people. I'm saying, you're going to have to give me a better place than that. And he's like, well, then I'll just let you stand there, but no more people can stand there with you. And I said, I'll just act like I'm on my cell phone.
Yeah.
It was, and then I didn't want to be a douche nugget, but golly, it was horrible.
Can you say that on the air?
Golly.
No, douche nugget.
Oh, douche nugget. That wasn't on a list.
Okay.
Nope. Neither was Bite Me.
Yep. Now,
FCC.
Yeah. Alex, I can't believe you posted this about Norman Schwarzkopf. You
Okay,
did
I
let's
can't
know
talk
believe
that?
we
about it.
haven't.
I don't know what this is. Let's
Okay,
talk about it.
That was 2012. He passed away in 2012. So, do your research, Alex.
Huh.
So I'm not sure why he's posting that.
Are you trying to rev his engine?
No, but that and the whole, Mark Zuckerberg is going to give out shares.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people are falling for that?
A
millions.
bunch.
We got 5 minutes. Let's cover this, and then we'll go to commercial.
A
Okay.
bunch of people.
Would somebody actually discuss it?
Well, what
That's
does
what-
it say that he's going to donate like $4.5 million?
Yeah. I mean, just you can just type it in there in Facebook. It'll come up. Just put
Because I
Facebook
don't.
hoax.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it says.
Jenny,
That's-
good luck qualifying at the range day. Friend of mine's got to go qualify. So.
Oh,
Popular search for Facebook hoax.
Do.
4 people interested.
Yeah, that's the copyright hoax, not the money hoax. There it is, the
There it
giveaway
is, right
hoax.
there.
Okay.
4.5. You were right, Steph. 4.5 mil.
Well, one of you read it.
I don't know how to read. You got it, Steph? You want me to?
Thanks, Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg is not giving 4.5 million to Facebook users who share a thank you message. The claim is Mark Zuckerberg is giving 4.5 million to 100 Facebook users who share a specific message on the social networking website, and that is false. It's done. You got
No,
to
what
scroll
is
it
your
down.
opinion, Riri?
Well, I had a couple of people that that were trying to argue with me that it was true.
Come on.
I'm at attention.
I don't want to know. I'm not looking at you.
Does not compute.
Exactly.
It does, Poop.
What these things are always running around, these hoaxes, and people are so, as Alex says, low information or non-voters. They fall for this crap. Plus, Have you seen the one that says your account's about to be disabled?
Yeah.
You got to do that. You got to click through and then ask for your credit card information.
Yeah,
And people
no.
are doing it.
People are stupid.
Well, another thing that I it's not like this, but it's kind of like this that I want to address. You know, you older gentlemen that have a nice, pretty young woman send you a friend request and then start talking to you. I'm sorry, but she's not real. It's fake.
They're real.
Yeah, they're a real hoax.
They're
Are
real.
they real?
They never
You know what I
asked me
find
for
funny?
money
Here's what you do. Don't
till about
approve
the
it.
second day.
Don't approve it. You click on their pictures and see how many pictures there is. And
Yeah.
how
See
many
friends?
and see how many pictures of them are really them. Like
Uh-huh.
there'll be 2 or 3 pictures, and then all of a sudden you notice the rest of the pictures aren't that person.
Mhm.
And you scroll down and see where they have like 5 or 6 stupid pictures posted, no comments, just pictures.
Mhm.
And then it says established 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I do it all. Y'all don't do that? I do it all the time.
You do what?
I talk to those girls. You want me to show?
But half of them, they're probably not girls. They're probably
wait,
either
wait,
men
wait.
or computers.
I had one send me one is from over
I'm gonna show you.
there, and it's like, you're the first white guy I've ever talked to.
Yeah, and I shouldn't just say guys because there's some that send it to women too. And I'm
man.
sorry, they're not real. You don't have a boyfriend that's overseas in the army that, you know.
Oh, sexy girl.
Oh, great.
I love that.
That's the
What-
best
what-
one.
Great, man.
Oh, how about this one?
Yes, it was. What's your name? Long. What's your middle name? Duck.
Sexy girlfriend.
So yeah,
Long duck dong.
here it says, and Google search the picture.
Yes, yes.
Look. See?
Who is that?
I talk to them all the time.
Who
This-
is that,
This is
though?
one of those fakos.
Oh, Faco.
Pecos.
So you're just doing it for conversation, like being on a 3-way party line with the old phone company. They're hot. I mean, at least you're getting free porn out of it.
Yeah, man. I said, I always say the same thing. Hey, yourself, are you going to go on my page? And it's like, maybe, are you a real person? Yes. Well, send me a picture doing this. Woohoo. Cool. All right. So, did you just take that? Yeah, right now on my live cam. You want to go watch? What's the IP address? It's a link. Okay. Send me your email. Okay. Just did. Then, okay. It's just little bits and pieces. And then this is the message you get. I'll show it to you just so you'll start laughing. So you get these little itty bitty pieces. Once they get you to try to go to their website, look how much they write. It's a whole freaking dissertation. Now click the
And what
link,
does
fill
it-
up the
okay.
boxes, use this free code when you sign up. That'll verify as a free user. Only put this code in though. Make sure, babe, they start freaking getting all coochie with you. I think it's hilarious. I always lead them on for about 5-10 minutes with some nonsense. And then I go, do you really think I am that effing stupid?
Yes.
And I go, let me guess, you're an antique dealer in Brazil. No, wait, you're this. Yeah, they use the same one all the time. And then I'll do the whole stuff. You're probably some big fat dude and you're communicating with about 50 people right now. I said, you worthless piece of crap. You're not fooling anybody, and I'm blocking and reporting.
Well, you do know that most of these, oh God, I'm fixing to tell stories. I know a girl that used to have her own.
I know a
.com.
girl.
Well, there was like 8 of these girls that worked under this one dude, and he ran everything. All they did was get in front of the camera. He did all the messaging. He did everything. So the whole time everybody thinks they're chatting with a girl, they're talking to a big old burly black guy who looks like just a big, security bouncer type guy at a bar.
Well, I think it's, it's for entertainment purposes. Why not?
Yeah,
have a
it's
little
just
fun
like
with it?
watching a movie.
Yeah, I mean, remember when we had house phones and people used to call?
Yeah.
They'd call and they'd say, hey, you won this or you won that. I used to keep going with it, man. I'd go, all right, cool. Awesome. And then, right there when they say, okay, well, let me get your credit card number. Or let me get this. Nah. Oh,
Time for a
jeez.
commercial.
All right.
We'll be right back, everybody.
Here's the Facebook one. You've been Facebook will immediately disable your account that is considered unintelligible If you are the original owner of this account, please click the following link.
Mm.
Just for fun. I've been goofing off long enough. I gotta get some stuff done.
I gotta find a house.
So
I gotta
you
get the hell
got
outta
somebody that's
there.
gonna help you. You got a
Wanda's
real
gonna,
estate agent.
Wanda, I talked with her yesterday. She told me that she was gonna look and see what she could find.
Well, if you're not getting what you need, man, you gotta call me.
Well,
Text
I'm
me or
just
something.
worried about the credit issue because it is a foreclosure.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
I don't care at
if
this
it's a
point in time.
foreclosure
Everybody
right now, it's
knows.
probably not on there
that's
yet.
what I was fixing to say. Think about it though.
that
May
400,
not be on there yet.
that $450 a month one,
Have,
they
have you already?
denied it. They denied we can't go look at it
Why?
because credit.
I wouldn't even have fooled with that one. That's if you wanted me to, if you won't even show it to me. Problem is, you just let somebody. The problem is this: you just let somebody pull your credit report, and every one of these inquiries actually make you look
Yeah.
worse. You should have never gave them information until you said, "Hey, I want the house."
Oh, I can get the house if I put 20,000 down.
The house ain't even worth that.
But sometimes you can find a place like I'm not trying to tell everybody's business, but you know, someone told me their credit wasn't that good, but they got a house rented. Through
Look,
this place.
there's creative financing. Like
Yeah, I
you
was
wouldn't
gonna say
believe.
y'all could go through HUD and all sorts of stuff.
Let me tell you. You know how many times I get credit on stuff, and they don't.
Hell,
One, they don't
next
even
day.
pull my credit rating, and two, I haven't verified income in 10 years.
Oh,
I'm a disabled vet. You know what I tell them? They say, "Well, how much do you make?" And I tell them a number. Nobody verifies it. They can't. I get VA disability. You know what? Hey, you. We need to sit down and do the SSI application.
shoot,
It's
I was
all
told
on-
I could
My
get
wife said-
SSI.
My wife said after
Bipolar.
everything,
You
After
need to
everything-
go see a lawyer. There's a lot of things that you're entitled to that you don't know about.
my wife was saying with everything that since as I've been getting older and more problems are starting to happen because of the back surgeries, and I haven't been able to work again. She said you should be going for that.
I mean, like I was told
Look, you're
by
gonna
a
get
couple of people that I can get paid for taking care of her because I'm her.
caretaker.
Yeah. But when I asked like DFAC, oh, we don't know anything about
Of course,
that.
they're going to tell you
course
that. They want
it's
to
like-
shoot you down the tube and
Well-
just tell you go away.
Not only that, they're being 100% honest with you. They're probably a bunch of dumbasses. I know. So David's wife used to do that stuff, didn't she, Amanda?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not
Let's
sure.
let's. I'm gonna
Who are
shoot
you
her a
talking
message and just. It's an old friend of ours.
Oh.
I just need to get some income coming in.
And you need to get an attorney. You can talk to mine. He freaking hates
what,
the SSI.
to get
So let's talk about the FAA drone things real quick. When we get back, go ahead. What was your name, Steph?
But it,
to get her more money.
Steph, you should.
I mean, I'm just asking, is that what you're talking about?
You shouldn't have to even consider work. There should be somebody right now helping you find a place that is handicap accessible. There's so many things. There's so many
My time is ticking.
opportunities out there that I think you're missing. And you know
Have you
what?
not called Karen yet?
This whole
But
I
that's
don't
only
want people
temporary.
to think
I
I'm
mean,
loading off the
but
government.
I am going to
Screw 'em.
talk to her. But I'm
Sorry, y'all missed out on that. Huh?
I said, yeah, now that you put me in a mood.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
Put your headphones on.
Shows them.
Put your headphones on. Listen.
I hate you all so much.
I hate you too.
Yeah.
Read between the lines. That was something happened to my
Steph don't like me
computer.
having to be big brother and yell at her, but I had to.
There was some Big Brother stuff going on.
But it wasn't bad.
Well, you know what I used to tell soldiers in the military? They'd say,
Suck it
"I
up,
don't-"
Sally.
No, they'd say, "I don't
Come
know how
on,
to do
put
that." And I'd say, "Have you been trained?" And they'd say, "Yeah." And I say, "Who's responsible for understanding your training?" The soldier. I mean, I know how to do it. You got trained. You said you knew how to do it. We moved on to the next thing. That's what I'm kind of saying, Steph, is it's going to fall somewhere, and it's going to fall on you.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm seeing
All right, go
that
back live.
more and more.
there's a lot of people that are willing to help, and we'll do the best we can. But
And
We're
back
live.
tonight.
here's okay, go.
Man, I got so hold on. Here's one.
You disgust me.
Well, I didn't
I
get to
love
say
all
what my
this. Ooh,
favorite.
hear about this one. How about this one? Watch.
And you're not going to.
No, apparently not. My favorite Christmas present that I got over the holiday was Guitar Hero Live for the Xbox Live.
Oh,
Ah.
you're such a friggin'.
But I do have a funny. I do have a funny thing that I need to tell y'all.
yeah.
At my dad's dad's side of the family, we do the Dirty Santa, White Elephant.
You do the
whatever.
Dirty Sanchez?
Dirty Santa,
Oh,
Santa,
sorry.
Santa. But anyways,
White
so,
elephant? Why does it gotta be white?
White elephant. Well, it has several different names. So before I get into what some of the presents were, we were standing there, and my uncle was picking up presents, and he was looking at them, and he was like, "Well, who is this white elephant?"
Oh,
And we
my
all
God.
look at him and we're like, that's the game we're playing. But as we go into the game, it's rather funny.
And explain how the white elephant works.
The white elephant, however many people bring a gift for the game, you write the numbers. Like we had 21 gifts because 21 people were playing. And so we we draw the numbers and you go in that order. Now, say number one.
My nephew got one of those for Christmas.
So number one, they go first. They pick a present. Well, number two, you have, you can pick one from under the
Hold
tree.
on. The second person
second
can either
person-
pick number one and
No.
take it from the person,
Or
pick up the second present under the tree.
yes.
Then number three has the option of taking number one from the first person,
Or number
or
two.
taking number two from the second person, or pick up gift number three. Do we see how this goes?
And we have a rule that you can only steal a present twice. Once you steal a present twice, it's dead. That way,
You as a person or the gift?
the gift, it's dead.
Oh, now see, we did one and a midget movie got yanked like by every person in there.
Well, see, we used to do it that way, and it just went on
except
and on.
except
and
for the
on.
people that didn't want the midget movie, they would draw from under the tree.
Who doesn't want a midget movie?
Because it
I'm
was just
getting there,
weird.
Ashley, because
Keep
Ashley
going.
gets excited because this was the first year that we let Ashley play. But as we were going along, I had number two, and so the present that I got, it was a cocktail mixer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then we're going on, and the next present, or I think number 4, anyways, was a Reese cup.
Yes.
You had a bunch of Reese cups and everything. So then the next present was beer glasses. Do we
Cool.
see
Billy's
the
got
pattern?
his beer goggles on.
And then there was a present that was the sausage and cheese on the crackers.
Are you
then
really
there
going to
was
go down a whole list of
Because
games?
it's funny. It's funny.
Okay, get to
because-
the highlights.
And then there was another Reese's, and then another Reese's gift, and then a bottle of wine. And
Steph, get to the funny moments.
A box of wine?
I no, a bottled wine.
Get the hell
And-
out.
Yeah, there was
That
a
was
bottle
all
of
out.
wine.
That's right. It was all
It's the
out.
holidays.
Hey, wait.
And then
Was it a corkscrew or a screw cap?
corkscrew.
Wow.
Nobody had one.
Holy cow.
Oh yeah, we had one. And then there was a Darth Vader.
Please get to the funny stuff. Quit reading down the 12 Days of freaking Christmas over here.
Ashley stole the Darth Vader one from,
Okay.
and it was funny because then we said, as after all the gifts were open, you know, we apparently like to drink alcohol while we're grilling because there was a lot of grilling stuff. So apparently we drink alcohol while we're grilling out of our Star Wars cups or goblets. And then as dessert, we eat Reese cups because that was all.
You rehearsed this, didn't you?
Well, that's what we were cutting up about. That's what we did.
Oh my God.
We're true rednecks.
That was a lot of work.
Sold.
That was a lot of work.
That was a lot of work for a
That was
story
the redneck Christmas.
that I was so just tired of hearing by the time I told you the third time to get to the funny.
Yeah, it's.
Let me throw my ball at you.
Somebody out there is laughing right now, and I don't know if they're laughing at me for picking on you or laughing at you, or I don't know what they're laughing at, but somebody somewhere is laughing.
I fell asleep, woke back up, and fell back asleep.
I'm telling you.
Whatever.
Hey, you guys see that video of the dam over in
Here,
Jackson
look,
Lake?
since we kept talking about going to sleep.
Isn't that cool? Look
Time
at all
to
that
wake
water.
up. Okay, so you got a video of the dam. Let me see it again.
Oh yeah, I did before it shuts down. But look
And
at the
that's
water.
what lake is this?
Lake Jackson, buddy.
Man.
And this video is borderline to
Okay, so now let's discuss the drone. That's a cool video though.
It really
Other than the
is.
flickering of the, is that from the camera?
well, it's a live feed when he was doing it.
Right,
so,
right. That is wicked though.
Yeah,
That is wicked.
turns camera around.
The question begins.
See the blade.
That's yeah. The
Look at
question begins to be the legalities of these, and that's what we were going to discuss with the
Yeah.
FCC or the FAA or the FDC or the FBI or the,
Oh, yeah.
or the CFers of Atlanta
or the CCA.
Yeah,
Well-
Stevie B's Pizza. I mean,
CCs.
I'm just saying.
That was good. I like that. That was funny.
So the question
Ow.
begins: what exactly is going on? And you're going to report this.
Well, I tell you what, and it's going to take this is going to be an ongoing thing. Not only, whenever you guys have me on the morning show, I'd like to bring it up, and then I'm probably going to.
Yeah, let's keep up with it.
Alex is, with Tech Talk, that's going to be important. Of course, I'll be discussing on the World According to Mike on Wednesday nights. But here's the thing: drones are going to become a big issue.
Yeah.
Really, really
Well,
fast.
I think a lot of this technology, because they said that they're trying to pass a law for hoverboards, saying that you now have to be 16 to ride one, and you have to wear a helmet. I think they're trying to regulate everything on the market right now.
Yeah.
Everything
Well-
they can pinch a dollar off of. Vapors,
I got
hovercrafts,
I've
drones.
got a 4K camera on a drone that can send a live feedback, and I can be multiple miles away.
Well, I want to see Alex on a hovercraft, smoking his vapor thing
Yeah.
and running running the drone at the same time, and be like, "Take this!"
Well, there's so many. The thing, especially going to school for it too.
Now, drones are they doing this for the remote control helicopters too, or
no,
just
no,
drones?
no. Well, because see, like the little remote control. Now, I'm not talking about the gas powered ones, the 7-channel type thing. I'm just talking about the little micro ones. You
Micro ones,
the micro helicopters
Okay.
or the micro
Micro
drones.
machine.
They're
And
not after those.
I was gonna have a micro drone here this morning, but my son would.
So they're not after helicopters at all, except for like the gas powered ones.
Well, see, those fall under RC. Those definitely
okay.
fall under
So
hobby.
how does hovercraft not fall under hobby now?
Hovercrafts are drones.
Not hovercraft, drones. How are drones not falling under hobby? The dude down the road, Donnie,
Yeah.
he bought it for a hobby. It's just
Yeah, and everybody is. Best Buy sells them now. The thing about it is,
so how are they saying that it's not hobby?
well, because like I said, I can fly mine 4 miles away, and I have a live feed to a 4K.
But still,
camera.
why'd you buy it?
Well, me.
Quick
because of
answers. Why'd
school,
you buy it?
School. I'm working on a
No,
master's.
so you
degree.
didn't buy it. You wanted one last year. You wanted one, and that was
Yeah.
before you went to school.
Well, I enjoy flying remote control.
Right.
stuff.
So you planned on buying one anyways as a hobby.
Right. I already had some.
Right. That's
Yeah.
my point.
Yeah. This one.
90% of the people buying them, it's all hobby.
Yeah.
Shoot,
But
I want one.
So how's the
Well,
crappy?
because people are irresponsible with them. I registered mine. I have
So
a number.
so because of somebody being irresponsible, they're trying to make money off of it.
Well, they're trying to regulate it.
That's the question.
It only cost. It's free right now if you register up until February, but then it's only going to be $5.
But that's still $5 at a million plus
A
sold.
bazillion, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, quite a few million. And you have to have that
And they're
number
already
before you fly.
making taxes off the sales.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So if I was to get one, because the reason I want one is to record at events when we do different events. So if I was to get one, I would have to register it, even though I would just be flying around that area that we were going to be in.
Yes.
That is crazy.
And yes, they've made it so measly. Oh, it's only $5, and it makes you, as somebody reporting, and go, oh, it's only $5. But $5 times how many people?
Oh yeah, millions. Literally,
and is
millions.
it yearly, monthly?
No, it's like 3 years, I believe. I'd have to double check. But the thing that you have to understand too is the Federal Aviation Administration now is truthfully having to develop an entire new department,
A whole new way of thinking.
Absolutely.
And now they'll have to pay people to be in those departments.
Oh, yeah.
And secretaries and telephone lines and computers and
'Cause see,
desks and
once
chairs
there
and
was
lighting and
there was a big drone, a big video drone that almost landed on a downhill skier in a competition this last weekend. I'll see if I can find the video.
who was flying it?
Well, it was somebody doing the filming, so it was a filming company.
So and what I was going to say though is that an event like that, you would assume that the ABC, NBC, whoever was covering, or ESPN, whoever was covering it, would have the rule that nobody else can be flying during the event.
Yeah.
And you're right. You would assume that.
Right.
But now,
So-
did he almost get hit because the drone was running out of power? And
No,
was
most of the good drones, what they'll do is once they start to get to a certain percentage, they'll either stop flight and hover, or they'll return back.
That's what I was going to say. They should all be programmed to return back home
Now
if the battery's dying.
That's the expensive ones. That's the commercial ones. Like mine will do it. Mine notifies me where I can see the battery.
I think it should all. I mean, and this is me saying it as an average person. I think every one of them should, at the second that it hits whatever percentage of battery life, it should automatically fly back to the person who's holding it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
This in from a listener. Drones depend on size/weight if you have to register it. Is that correct? Have you read that anywhere?
Yeah, like below 250. There's a little PDF on it. And the little kitty ones, the little micro ones, or
that have the little bitty micro camera in it.
Yeah, and the little remote control helicopters. No, it's up to 250 grams.
Basically, the obviously novelty ones.
I'm talking about the little itty bitty ones.
So you're basically
can't fly those outside.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So roughly anything $1,000 and above, you got to register.
So what about the helicopters that have the
RC ones, or
the helicopters that have the cameras in them?
Just the little bitty ones like that?
No, they're about like that.
If it breaks the weight, if it goes over the weight
of what?
250 grams, I believe.
Which is how much in pounds?
Half a pound.
And this has nothing to do with the camera.
There was a big hold on.
Hold on.
Listen, there was a big write-up on the RC forums this weekend about all this.
Yeah.
And because that's my question is, at what point are they trying to say it's not
they actually,
RC anymore?
FAA actually gives you a list.
I think it still goes back to people just trying to make a buck.
Yeah. Okay. It's basically 0.55 pounds. So I was right. 250 grams. All aircraft weighing more than half a pound, 250 grams, and less than 55 pounds, including payloads such as onboard cameras, must be registered. Now, here's the thing: is you're not really registering the drone. You're registering
the camera?
you.
Oh,
you're registering you.
Okay,
I have a number.
So that means I'm just like a car. I'm now licensed.
Yes.
Licensed.
And that
to fly
has to
this.
be on my drone.
Now, do I have to pass a test?
No, I think you should, but no. There are tests out there. There are things you can do, but the FAA is that would be such a giant overtaking,
leap for mankind,
if they said you had to become. And you know what? They don't like to use the word drone. It sounds derogatory. They use UAVs or UAS.
Drones. How's drone sound derogatory?
Yeah, they don't like it.
But how are they going to know that drone, if you're not like right under it, how are they going to know that drone is registered to you?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If
So now
that
there's
I
going to be
have-
another satellite thing that
Well-
register just like an airplane now.
Well,
right?
now, okay, I have my number. I have my FAA number. It has to go in a readable place on my aircraft. Okay,
and this is so if it gets
Okay.
lost or found,
right now,
or
here's
if
the thing.
you're video
or they shoot it down. And,
Yeah. Now here's the thing. It's supposed to maintain flight below 400 feet. It can't go more than 50 miles per hour. And
Now, what's the average? As you're saying this though, what's the average height one can fly?
mine can go so high you can barely see.
What does it's? Come on, you
There's
just said
no ceiling.
no. What
I
I'm
don't know the
just
ceiling
I'm just
on it.
saying. You just said it can't go above 400 feet.
Well, I'm saying that's the law, the FAA regulation.
Right, but you're saying what?
Man, mine
How
will
many
go-
of these can go up?
Mine will go 10 times that.
Because some of the videos I'm seeing is above 400 feet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Now that may be a commercial drone that may be licensed as a commercial UAV
That
video-
has different
video.
heights.
Yeah, that's
Again, because this is
Yeah.
all new territory, nobody has all
yeah,
this
the
information.
FAA.
So you're going to
333
research
exemption.
this for further information.
every day.
Okay.
Every day it's changing. So
Because I
fast.
know Chris, when I saw him doing it, 400 feet was nothing where
Yeah.
he took it.
It
Yeah.
really isn't. You know, you got to stay away from airports. You're supposed to maintain sight with the aircraft. at all
Okay,
times.
and then it brought up one like, for instance, if you use one in a city, how close to a courthouse can you be without violating something?
Yeah, well, look.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, look what I was talking about. Now there are no fly zones, but they were pretty much set up for, actual manned aircraft like
Right,
helicopters.
right.
and
So the
stuff like
question begins: you would the rule / law state you couldn't fly near a courthouse during business hours
that. Doesn't really
Yeah.
say that
or
right now.
baseball fields?
Yeah.
Can you not
Well,
use them?
baseball fields, it does say, because it does say never fly over groups of people, stadiums, or sporting events. Never fly
So
near
a youth-
emergency
A youth
response.
baseball game would still fall under that.
Yes, sir. you
But
can
how
do that.
crazy would it be? It'd be cool to be able to get some pictures of the kids on the field, like at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yay!
Don't fly over them. That's the thing.
No, but
trying to
but
do
that's
this
my
video.
point though. Wouldn't that be cool to fly over them as they're yelling, "Yay, we're the winners!" And now you can't do that.
Not supposed to, but people are going to.
People are
of course.
going to.
Yeah.
That's the problem when you have too many people trying to regulate stupid stuff.
Holy crap, too. The Amazon has said that they are selling over 10,000 drones a month right now.
Wow.
Golly.
And those are,
That's just Amazon.
that's just Amazon.
Good.
Not the hobby
gracious.
stores. My brother bought one over at Best Buy. So it's gonna be. And here's the thing: is the technology is changing faster than I can keep up. And I'm reading stuff every day. But I mean, I like doing the military and the little micro ones that can bug and
Right,
and they
right.
can they could fly in and basically it used to be called JSIDS, which is a Joint System Interior Intrusion Detection System.
Blah 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 blah.
It can land and it sends out a scanner and it draws this thing 3-dimensional for me in a CAD form, and it sends it back to me. That, man, if you were ever, God, if you had somebody in a hostage situation, you
Right.
fly a little itty bitty one that sticks to the window, gives you the whole picture and everything
Right.
else. Hell, you could fly it in, land it on the guy's neck.
Well, I'm
and
excited
have a
for you to
charge.
bring it over here and let me
When-
see how dirty my house looks from above, and then I'm going to want to clean. Then I'm going to want to clean my yard up.
Well, I'll bring a bunch of them Wednesday night for the show, but it's supposed to be raining, so I'm probably not going to play with them outside. But we will play with the little micro ones inside.
I think
here.
you should get a remote control boat. That's what you need right now.
Oh, that
That
would be
water.
fun.
That water creeping up your yard was like freaking spooky.
Me having to
man.
go out there and move the paddle boat and tie it to a tree was sad.
That was weird.
When I
man.
stood on my dock and it was 3 inches above the dock, like I'm standing on the dock and the water's almost, above my ankle. And then the next day I went out there and it was well above my ankle. We started seeing wood from other people's docks floating up in my yard.
Oh my god.
Like I looked outside and said, "Is that a 4x4?" It came off of somebody's dock.
From Denise, people record parades with the
Yeah,
drones. That's groups of people.
that's right.
So
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
Then is there going to
Now-
be a rule that you can't have them near power lines?
well,
Because
here-
say Old Town Conyers, if you tried to launch one in Old Town Conyers,
yeah.
I mean, you're considered too close to a park because there's the pavilion in the little park. There's power lines everywhere. There's the friggin' courthouse. There's all these
Mhm.
stupid rules, man, that are going to screw it up for everybody.
And then, you know,
Absolutely.
they record in Old Town Conyers, they record different movies. Is there going to be laws against that? Because, you know, some of the sets are closed sets.
That's right.
Well, now
So-
you're jumping into the whole commercial drone too.
You know, when we was at the Brian Mahaffey ride, we started out at the sheriff's department. We had a drone there
Yeah.
that was filming us. Now are they going to say, "Oh, you're too close to a sheriff's department"?
yeah, probably.
Although we're doing it for a falling officer.
Man, it just
Fallen,
sucks.
not
It
falling.
just sucks when you
Fallen.
put all this together and
Well,
realize,
here it is, another attempt by our government to just really be in our business.
right?
But then you have the civilian world out there designing these drones. Hey, you ever seen when people are like at something like Trump came down in the audience? Everybody's holding up their phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
What do you think's going to happen now? Everybody's going to have a freaking drone.
Well, see, that's what I was also wondering. Are they doing this because of people using drones as peeping
Irresponsible.
toms?
Yeah, it's
Because, you know, a
irresponsible.
couple of weeks ago, there was a news story about a man being arrested because he was using his drone to peek in a girl's apartment window.
man. If I'd
So-
have had one of those years ago, woo!
Well, you know, it sounds.
I would have had.
crazy
I
and
wouldn't
all
have had to flash my neighbor. I just like stand your drone over.
that. Well, I mean, think about it. What if your neighbor across the lake asked for a dubage, some dubage, and you said, "Okay, hold on," you fly the dubage over there. He could
It's
get
kind of a cool idea. I didn't think about that. Of
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, there. Now, see,
course, me would be like, "Hey man, you got any ibuprofen?
So, do you get in trouble for transporting drugs?
Send me
Well,
over a
here's
stick of
the thing.
butter."
Here's the thing: if let's say the cops see the drone, they see the bag of weed, right?
Uh-huh.
And they shoot it down or whatever, you know, they throw a net over it and they grab it. I mean, if it doesn't have the identifier on there, who's
Ah.
so all right, I'm posting a video, okay? Jesus.
Gosh, that
You
was
like that?
loud.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
That got down to my core there. I'm posting a video of the champion skier, Herschel, has a near miss as a
Walker?
Marcel. It's a near miss as a drone falls out of the sky. He's
And he posted it on the Just Fun page.
I'm doing it right now. It's
I wanna see it.
crazy. I am telling you, it is crazy. When you see the size of the freaking thing. Let's see.
Y'all must be proud of those press passes. Y'all both are posting pictures.
Hell yeah! Hey, look. You want me to throw off my headphones again?
Both of you posted
Man,
it.
I'm gonna
That's
be getting
funny.
I'm getting a little thing that it's a hard, clear case, and I'm gonna
Wait till we get the pictures put on the back. And here's what I
Shoot.
will tell you is
I'm going to NIC
when-
getting a badge.
when you
made.
leave just for fun, I gotta have those back.
Yeah, whatever.
A-
Don't call me a CS.
Because I don't need you walking around representing us.
Hey, you know what?
I mean, that's kind of like giving
Damn,
Tyler
I'm
a shirt. And
surprised you
Tyler's not part of us anymore. And Joey, I didn't give Tyler the shirt. Yeah, I did. I gave Tyler a shirt, but I gave Joey a shirt too.
Yeah, you might want to put hooks over there by the door that we can leave.
Start hanging your clothes up as you walk out the
No,
door.
I'm just surprised he gave me one now, considering he
Well,
doesn't-
Steph,
But
you'll
then
stick
again-
around. I get fired about every 3 months.
No,
In
but you're
fact,
working on it now.
Oh yeah, because he gets.
Aim
he
for another
gets-
one of them words we're not supposed to say.
He gets labor out of us too, and when it's time to set up, you know, he'll help. There's some things he can put on the back of Ashley's chair, and we just start rolling.
What have we put on the back of our chair?
The computer bag.
Oh, you're talking about when you're too lazy to put it over your arm.
No,
and
no,
you
no,
put
no,
it.
no, no, no,
Wait a minute.
Wheelchair.
Wait a minute.
Wheelbarrow.
Stephanie, you're pushing the wheelchair. And
Yes.
if you're too lazy to put it on your shoulder, that means you're treating her as the mule.
No, because I have something
Wow.
on both my shoulders.
hear
and
that?
I have
That's
have
horrible.
more room on her
Well, we
chair
need to
put
get
stuff.
Ashley's electric wheelchair working so we can
Oh,
make
it works.
so we can make a wagon for her to pull. We're gonna have a drop. We're gonna have a drop pin and all that
One of
stuff.
those orange triangles on the
That's
back.
right.
Oh, her chair works. We just can't get it on the bus
I'll
because
put
there
it-
is no way.
We'll put the trailer thing on there and just roll it up on the back of the bus.
Strap her to it.
If we're rolling it up there, we're gonna have
Hook-
her off
Hook
of
a leash to it. I like my sound effects.
Dang,
That
yes.
sounds like that. Life's Strange.
No, that sounded like what is it? Children of the Sun.
Yeah, that too.
Listen,
but-
I gotta go pee, and that's not helping.
You can't say that word on the radio.
Yeah.
That's not helping.
Yeah, you can't say it. Can't say it.
Out of the park. Oh, here you go. Oh, this is for Steph. Anytime she opens her mouth.
You have got to be kidding.
Okay, go ahead. I'm just playing. We're at 10:22. We've gone over 30 minutes, but hey, it's
But
okay.
hey, we've had fun.
Hey, we're having fun, man.
But I'm
it's
hungry.
all about the fun. It's all about the bass.
I didn't get to go to Cracker Barrel yesterday, so I still have a gift card that I can go. Me and Ashley could go grub out.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like Cracker Barrel. I don't like it. The food all tastes the same.
I've only had breakfast there. I've never had anything other than breakfast.
The pot roast, like when you're driving, and you see a Cracker Barrel, like it's safe food, and the pot roast is generally good, but the eggs and all that other stuff, it just all tastes the freaking same. And look, I'm a Waffle House baby,
Yeah, but I don't have a Waffle House gift card.
Yeah.
I got a Cracker Barrel gift card.
You want a Waffle House gift card? All you do is call the district manager and say that you had some bad food.
I really did have bad food.
Call him. He will send you 2 $10 gift certificates.
Because, when we went to a particular Waffle House and Jeff Matthias was there and he seen it, and Jeff Matthias was the one that complained to the waitress and ended up getting all of our food at our table for free because it had hair in it.
Yeah.
The eggs were hairy. And it was funny. And poor little Zach, he didn't even get his food. He had to take his food on the go.
I got to tell you, me and my boys, we like to sit at the booth right there. And me, I get to teasing and talking. And there's this old lady at this one Waffle House, and she's mean as a damn snake. And if she's dead right now, I'm okay with it because I like my hash browns scattered well, covered and chunked. Okay,
chunked, not topped.
Yeah, covered and chunked, ham and cheese. All right, so here's the thing: is I don't like them raw. I like them crispy.
Yeah, I don't like. I like them crispy.
Yeah.
I don't like them raw
so
either.
The woman told me that she turned around and she said, "Well, there's a way we have to cook them." I said, "Okay, I'm just asking that you scatter them well." Okay, and I'd prefer not any, raw, the raw potatoes. It's already steam cooked. Listen, lady, just cook the freaking hash browns. And she was being a you-know-what. So when my hash browns came out, they were as black as this table. Just
so
burnt.
you wanted them scattered, smothered, and smoked.
Yeah, they were just as black as this table. And she's
back?
the one, she put them on a separate plate and she handed them to me and looked at me and went, "And damn it, you went," like that. And I said, "It's all right. I got something for you." So I paid my bill after we were done, all that other stuff. I had taken a picture with my phone. I called the district manager and I sent her a picture of she was like, "I am so sorry." I said, "I know that you have problems with this person. There's no way I'm the first." She gave me money. She said, "Please go back. The manager will be waiting for you." Guess what? Go back. Manager talks to me, apologizes. Guess who's cooking? And guess what she did again?
Burnt your hash browns again?
Hash browns showed up just as black as this table. And she just sneered at me. I was like, "All right, I got something for you. Got something for you."
And which Waffle House is this?
Well, I'm not going to say that because she did.
Tell me after air.
Yeah, I'll tell you after that thing.
After we get off air.
Remember Judy?
William's mom? Big Will's mama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is she at?
I have no idea.
Where's Will?
I don't know.
Hey,
We'll
we can have family
Puckett.
reunion after the show.
Well,
we're at 10:26. We're fixing to wrap this puppy up.
Did you watch that video? Did you watch the video of the skier?
And
I'm going to it
Denise wanted you to share the video of the lake. I sent you a text telling you that she asked.
No, I don't see it on Just for Fun's page, dude.
Are you serious?
Did y'all see that post that I posted on the Just for Fun page? Almond joys have nuts.
Yes.
Mounds don't.
Some don't.
Yeah, there's no video that you posted.
Oh, I know what I did. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. I told
1, 2.
Stop. That's not second.
1, 1,000.
You're not
2,
allowed
1,000.
to pee. You're not allowed
I've
to pee.
got to go pee so bad.
You're not allowed to pee on the radio. Okay, I will post 2 videos. The lake one. Oh, I'm going to sneeze.
Bless you, bless you, bless you, bless you.
The lake
bless
one
you,
and
bless you.
the skier one.
All right,
Bless you.
we're going to shoot off to some commercials real quick, and we'll be right back. We're not even going to be gone long. Just a couple commercials. You might hear the beginning of This Is How We Do It, but we're going to interrupt it. We'll be right back.
Oh, my God. I think I just did the same thing a third time. I'm stupid. I did. Wow. That's what happens. Do a lot of drugs in life and catches up to you. share it, write a post, change it to one of my pages. There we go. Man. There you go. Now let me find the other one. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Woo! Stop acting so crazy.
So did you post it?
Yes, sir. And I'm posting the damn one too. I wish I had Tourette's. It'd be so fun.
I think you do. And you just don't realize it.
My cousin does, and it's a pain in the ass.
You know what? I posted.
It's a what?
Pain in the ass.
I posted
hang on.
a lot of really cool stuff
I can't see him.
on
Go on
the
to watch
staff
this video.
page.
All right, everybody that's on YouTube,
Make it
we're
big.
gonna show the video.
Make it big, baby. Make it big. Make it big.
Make it rain, Trick. Make it rain. All right, watch.
Make it big, baby. That's a lot of drone that almost hit him. Watch
Where?
this. Right
Oh, it
behind
hadn't
him.
happened yet.
Right behind him. Watch. Ready? Here, right here. Bam!
Oh, it fell.
Yeah.
So it ran out.
Well, it did something.
It did something,
Yeah.
but he's
It looks like
okay.
it broke.
Oh yeah, but it fell behind him. I mean, and then I posted the. God, did I post the freaking water one to just for fun?
I don't know. Did you
I don't know. I'm retarded.
post the water one then? Make it
Uh,
fast, snappy.
Somebody check the just for fun page.
I'm doing it right now.
Is it on there?
Nope.
Oh my God, I'm stupid.
Is that's not it?
No, that's the dude. Here it is right here.
All right, we're going back live.
Oh man.
All right, everybody, we are live again. We're only going to be up here a few more minutes. Mike has showed us a video of the skier who's going downhill when one of those flying contraption thingies fell on his head. No, I'm just kidding. It almost hit him though. It did fall behind him.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a huge
Yeah, it looked like it
video
had
drone.
like 8 propellers on it. It was
Yeah,
so amazing.
I'm gonna move up to that eventually, hopefully. But that's when you got to go commercial and you got to be all into it.
You got to really know
that.
what you're doing at that point.
Yeah. Hey, hit refresh. See if that drone video showed up about the flying over the water. There it is,
All right,
baby.
so we're going to play this video. This is from Jackson Lake over the dam. If anybody's watching,
Yeah. If
Um,
you live down river,
if anybody's watching video here,
we
let me go
actually-
restart it.
Yeah, we actually did river operations and had to contact.
So anybody
Willpower
watching YouTube, this is the dam at our local,
Lake.
one of our local lakes. Man, look at that puppy right there.
Yeah, I need to get.
And that's going over the dam.
Yeah. That's not an open.
Do they open a
Yes.
little?
Yes.
Because if not, that's a lot of pressure, man.
It's constantly got water flowing through the system, turning a turbine. But this is overwhelming right here. This is
Wow.
over the top.
That's definitely over the top. That
Yeah.
was kind of neat.
Look at the water though. That is
Yeah.
the typical Lake Jackson.
But look at
color.
that.
Yes.
That right there is
Yes.
catching all the limbs and trash.
Yep,
and-
that's why. Now we've actually done river in the military. We did river recons in that water down below the dam, and we would go up through the water and in the woods, and we take reconnaissance
to
photos
grandma's house,
of
she'd
the,
go up
of
through the water
dam
down in the woods.
as a
Yeah, that was
Dang,
very
Mike.
professional.
what
So
happened?
yeah, we're
Yeah.
we're out of here.
I know, yeah,
Alright.
it's 10:30.
It's 10:30. We
Yeah.
gotta go.
Let's go home.
So what's everybody got planned today?
Nada.
I got some stuff I got to work on.
I'm trying to decide just what I'm doing.
No, I hear you.
I
That's
may
the
go
story
back
of my
to the
life.
house and get the Cracker Barrel gift card. And me and Ashley go eat.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right,
yet.
everybody. It's a typical Monday, our first day back to real work.
And I was asked by Denise, and I don't know if you want me to wait
God.
until we're off air or on air, but
Wait till I leave.
sometimes you let listeners chime in on this. She wants to
You
know
suck,
which
you
days we are
jackass.
doing a show this week.
Why are we asking this?
Because of New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
So paint a picture of what our week is.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
poop.
perfect.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find Denise's.
Well, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, it's not really holidays.
Well, I know.
Okay,
they are
then.
not holidays.
You're right. So if it's not, then
And we have night shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
so
yeah, and
so Thursday there won't be a night show.
Wednesday I would really like to, unless it's
Yes, yeah. No,
Thursday
no.
won't be a
This
Thurs-
ain't Christmas, y'all.
Yeah, Thursday there won't be a night show because we'll be down at the social house with the drag show.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that before we get out of here.
So that'll actually be a live show.
Yeah.
Live.
Depends, I guess. I don't know.
I don't wear
Winning.
pins anymore.
So, Steph, since you're asking these questions for Denise,
And I got the text message to prove it.
my question to you is, why are you asking? Thursday nights, obvious where we're gonna be.
Yes, well, I knew Thursday night.
Okay, so Thursday, most likely we're gonna do a show
Yes.
to at least, pump up Thursday night a little bit.
So
Booked volume.
most likely the
Because
only
people
day
will
that,
still probably have to work a little bit. New
yeah,
Year's Eve
I know
day.
a bunch of people that have to work New Year's.
Right.
New Year's Eve day.
Right.
New Year's
So we're
Eve.
probably going to do a show. We probably won't do a Thursday night show, duh.
Or a Friday
And
show.
probably won't do a Friday.
Because all of us will be recovering.
Right.
Because we'll probably won't get out of the social house till what? 1, 2
Right.
ish,
Right.
3 ish.
Yes. So I
Dark
just
30.
need to get loaded Thursday afternoon and drive the bus on down for Thursday night.
And we'll discuss that off air when the time's
Certainly.
for that.
Certainly.
Yeah, I don't.
Since I did ask you this morning.
Idiot this morning. I'm coming down.
Well-
It's friggin' Monday morning. I'm trying to get the morning started, and she's wanting to ask me all these questions. I'm like, Stephanie,
Leave me alone.
why are you asking?
Because I like to know.
I like
Oh, here's hers.
You are an idiot.
Let me. Because I like to have my week planned.
I'm like, Stephanie,
sorry.
we're just now trying to get the show started on Monday morning, and you're still asking stupid questions.
Hey, this time I was set up. Thank you, Denise, for setting me up. You set me up.
Wow, man, that's a holiday insult.
You are one pathetic loser.
I love
Jim
this.
Carrey.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That sounded like Alex.
Yes.
Yeah! Oh, come on! You ugly, and you're ugly, and your mother ugly, and your sister ugly. You just plain old ugly.
Is that Eddie Murphy?
Sounded like it.
Okay.
It did sound like it.
So, anyways, yes, the social house.
In
Porterdale.
We're going to be doing a drag show down there, and I've got some surprises that I'm going to be doing down there, but I'm really not going to advertise it because I'm laughing about this bar down the road. This bar down the road is so friggin'
You are one pathetic loser.
they are so trying to copy everything that I'm part of. And what gets me is
Jealous much?
what does this say about you as a business when you're like, we're not charging you to get in, and we're giving you free this and we're giving you free that. You're begging for people to come in your bar.
Mhm.
You're
Yeah.
begging for people to come into your bar.
Free stuff
Yeah.
never works.
Because there is a
We're giving
$5
free taxi cabs and we're giving crapioke and we're giving free this and we're free that. And the problem is you're copying what we do.
Yeah, and
Crappy.
there is a $5 cover charge at social house.
Yeah, but that's because you
Thursday
gotta
night.
pay me and
You
you
gotta
gotta
pay the
pay
drag
the
queens.
girls that are doing the act.
Which is not a big deal.
You're
'cause
not gonna get a good show when it's all free. That means them people ain't making any money.
Yeah.
What's
And-
my motivation?
I'm sorry that we're having to charge $5, but
Wait a minute.
I got to
But-
get paid,
Do
and
you-
the girls got to get
The
paid.
video.
We don't get paid.
Well, sometimes we get paid in food and beer.
Yeah, no,
Sometimes.
yeah.
Wait a minute.
Not like-
You don't even show up to events.
Maybe if you had free food.
No. You don't get the food when you're doing the event.
It's after. Oh, he's-
and
yeah.
he'll take you to lunch or
Yeah,
whatever.
freaking-
And I'm not knocking him. I mean, that's just
We go over there to
Most of the
Or-
stuff we go do
Thank you.
is charity stuff. Y'all don't
Exactly.
show up to the page stuff very often.
I
almost said
do.
the
What
other
are you
way.
talking about?
Thank you for coming to buffet. $3, you get 2 things of broccoli.
Shut up.
Like,
You want sweet tea or lemonade?
But what I was gonna say
$2.
is try to go to downtown Atlanta to a club that's going on down there that's gonna have something and pay just $5 to come
Right.
in. It ain't happening.
No.
Well, that and what people don't realize is this. I'll be there at 8 o'clock and I don't get paid until 10 o'clock. Meaning
Wow.
I'm only getting paid, roughly 9 to midnight is what my pay is. And I'm going to be there from 8 to 1 something.
Whenever.
So
So you're roughly only
I'm-
getting paid 3 to 4 hours.
yeah, I'm not even, I'm giving away more than what I'm making. And
I love that song by
and,
the Red
and
Hot
you're
Chili
and you're
Peppers.
not even paying
Give it
right
away,
for
give it
that.
away, give it away now.
So, but that's because we want to have one hell of a good time and not some
Mhm.
juke joint
And just
good time.
just think about how many people when they show up once they start drinking and eating,
Yeah, there's
the money that Social House is
So
gonna
we'll
be.
see y'all later on. We're out of here. Make sure you go check out the Social House
And
Poderdale.
And Rob's performance, I need to go pay him a
Yes, you
visit
need
with
to
my
go
van.
see him.
And then go over to Jeans at White Brothers and buy the part that I'm gonna need to
Yeah,
fix my
because
van.
apparently you're needing parts.
Why's it gotta be White Brothers?
Because they're a sponsor.
He's making the joke about why it's got to be white brothers. Never mind. All right, everybody. We will see y'all on the flip side. It's just for fun in the morning. Stay out of trouble. We'll be seeing you later.
See ya.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Later, fellers.
Taters.
What are you looking at?
You are one pathetic loser.